Alright guys, now gonna use Laravel Reverb to broadcast to the customer the location of the driver in real time. We don't want to refresh the page every time, but we need to see the driver location in real time. This is what we're gonna do, guys. Now, if you haven't already installed Laravel Reverb, install it. In one of the previous parts, I showed how to install Laravel Reverb and Laravel Echo. Yeah, I showed how to do it. Now, here guys, we are going to go ahead and in here, what we're going to do here, let me show you. We are going to broadcast here the driver location in real time. And once the driver right here change its location, we need to notify the customer that the driver has changed its location. Now here, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to get into my command prompt here and type php artisan make, and then I'm passing events, and then here the name of the event. We're gonna pass here. Let me show. I'm passing driver. Pass here driver. Yeah, like this. I'm passing driver location event, and then I'm tap inner, and then here we're going to head in the event folder. We're gonna see that event there. PHP artisan make event. Yeah, we just created it here. Now we're gonna get head in the driver location event, and in here, guys, we are going to implement an interface should broadcast and pass here. You're gonna pass here implement. We're gonna implement should broadcast interface, and then here we're gonna pass here. We are going to create an attribute right here and pass it public, and then I pass here driver and pass it driver location is equal to an empty array, and then we are going to instantiate it. We're gonna instantiate it right here. Pass here this, and then we're going to pass here and copy it. We're gonna pass it first to the constructor function, and then here we're gonna instantiate it. Driver is equal to driver location like this, and then here we have here a private channel, but instead we're gonna use a public channel, and here I'm passing channel. This is the channel name. Yeah, I'm passing channel like this. Yeah, I'm passing channel. And then here we are going to pass here the channel name, and here we're gonna pass here the name of the channel. We're gonna pass here location. We're gonna pass here driver. I'm passing. Yeah, I can pass it driver location like this. Now we are going to head in the driver. We're gonna head in the driver controller, and in here we're gonna import in that event here and pass here. We're gonna pass here driver location event. We are going to import it right here. You can see we just import it, and then I'm copy it. We are going to go to the bottom here, get driver location, and we have a function store driver location. Now I'm going to call that event and pass here driver location, and then dispatch here, and we are going to pass in an array, and I'm gonna copy this array right here. I'm gonna pass it here. I'm pass here driver location. Yeah, like this is equal to the array, and in here what I'm going to do, I'm going to pass it to the user ID. I'm copy it and pass it here, and then I'm gonna move this array at the top here out of the if statements and pass it here. Yeah, and pass it semicolon. Then we're gonna take the driver location. We are going to pass it here to the update function and pass it here driver location, and also we're gonna pass it here. Yeah, I'm gonna pass it here. Yeah, like this, and then I'm going to copy that again. I'm gonna pass it inside the create function and pass it here, and then we're going to pass also the driver location event inside the. We're gonna pass it in the else statement like this. We are done here. Now the next thing to do is to listen for that event on the front end side, and to do so I'm going to get into my Sublime text here, guys. I'm not heading. Yeah, I'm not heading my Sublime text, and then here I'm gonna copy this, and then I'm copied. We are going to head in here. Let me do this. I'm gonna reduce the size of this window. I'm going to reduce the size like this. Yeah, the size. And then let's head in here. We are going to move inside here. We're gonna get into inside the driver, the customer map page. I'm gonna scroll down. We are going to head in the customer map page. You can see we have a function right here, get driver location for customer. I'm gonna click there, and then we're gonna move inside the map store. We have the get driver location for customer, and in here I'm gonna create a function right here. I'm gonna pass function. Then I'll say get I'm passing get driver location for, yeah, we're gonna say this, now name it listen driver location, and then I'm pass this code in here, function, and then I'll pass the listen driver location for customer. And here, what I'm going to do here, you can see we're gonna pass it the channel name. If we get into the driver, if we get into inside the driver location event, the channel name here is driver location. We are going to pass it there. I'm gonna go, yeah, we're going to head in the map store. We're gonna pass it here, and here we're gonna pass here the event that we want to listen to, and the name of the event is the driver location event. I'm gonna copy it here, then we're gonna pass it there. Yeah, I'm gonna pass it here. This is the event, and then we are going to console the event and pass here the event like this, and pass here event like this, and then we're gonna see what we're gonna get right here. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to call the function listen driver location, pass it in real time like this. I'm gonna copy the function, we're gonna pass it inside the if statement. You can see get driver location for customer, and then I'm gonna pass it right here. Yeah, we are going to listen for the driver location in real time. When the driver change the location, we're gonna get it in real time. Now, what I'm going to do here, you can see we have two windows right here. The first one right here, let me check here, is where we log in the customer. And the second one right here, which is the new incognito window, you can see this is the new incognito window, is where we logged in the driver. Now here, what I'm gonna do here, I'm going to do this. I'm not heading first the customer right here, and then I'm gonna head in the console. And inside the console here, we're gonna pass here. We are going to display right here the location, the new location. And now here I'm gonna tap this. Yeah, you have to make sure first your Laravel server is running, Vue.js server, and then tap here PHP artisan make here. Artisan make I'm gonna pass PHP artisan reverb here. We're gonna start the reverb server. Reverb starts like this, and also we're gonna run the queue server. You're gonna type this command PHP artisan queue work. Yeah, I'm pass here hello. Type here PHP artisan queue work. Yeah, I'm type here PHP artisan queue work like this, and then you're gonna tap enter. Yeah, the reverb server is running, and the queue server is running. Now I'm going to head in the console here, and then I'm gonna refresh the page here. And in here, let's see here, we have here, let me do this. I'm gonna reduce the zoom here. You can see here we got the actual location of the driver is Goleta. And here I'm gonna pass here another location. Let me check right here. I'm gonna pass here another location. I'm gonna pass here. Let me pass here another location here. And here, what I'm going to do here, let me look for a location here. And here, I'm gonna get into my Sublime text, and then here I'm pass here another location. I'm pass here Montecito. Yeah, I'm gonna copy this one. Yeah, I'm gonna copy this. And then we're going to head in the new incognito window here. And here we are going to pass here this. Let me pass here the new location is Montecito. And pass here this Montecito. And then I'm gonna look for it. We are going to look for it here. Montecito. And then here Montecito, California, United States. And pass here change location. And then let's see what we're gonna get right here. I'm gonna head in the console. You can see driver location changed successfully. And here, yeah, you can see here, if you get into the console, you can see we broadcast the driver location in real time. This is the customer window. You can see customer, there is customer. And here you can see we broadcast driver location in real time. Yeah, you can see right here is go later. In order to get the new location, I need to refresh. But actually right here you can see we got right here Montecito. We broadcast it in real time. Now let me refresh right here the page, and then you're gonna see we're gonna get the new location. Now let's see the actual location of the driver, which is Montecito. And here I'm gonna zoom out, and then here you can see, guys, we got right here Guleta. This is another driver, and I think the driver name right here is Alice. You can see here what I'm going to do here. You can see the driver right here. The name of this driver, the name is driver, and the status is busy. Now let me check here. I'm gonna change the status to available, and then here I'm gonna pass here change status. I'm gonna click there, and here once we just change the status, and if you refresh the page, we are going to see the driver on the map. And here you're gonna see we're going to have two drivers on the map. You can see we have here in our driver, which is located at Montecito. Yeah. And here we have here Montecito. Yeah, we got two driver. You can see we got a driver here. It's Goleta. I'm gonna increase the width here so that you can see we have a driver. It's Goleta, and we got another one. It's Montecito, California, United States. It works pretty well, guys. But what I'm going to do here, I'm going to display the name of the driver. We are going to head in the customer page. In here, I'm going to pass here. You can see where we pass here the location we got right here. Let me show you have here the marker, and bind pop-up. I'm gonna pass here the name here like this, and then we are going to get a name from the saver. Yeah, this is what we're gonna do. If we have a look again right here, we are going to have this, and here we are going to display the name here. You can see we have driver. The name of driver is Ben. Now what I'm going to do here, you can see we got an endpoint right here inside Postman, and we have driver location, customer, and we got right here the customer ID. Now we need to return to the name of the driver. It's better to make the difference between the driver on the map. Now we are going to head in here. I'm gonna copy that, and then we're gonna head in the driver controller, and we're going to modify the function. Let's check right here. The endpoint is driver location / customer. Let's head in the API.php, and here we have right here driver location / customer, and then we're gonna modify logic inside the get driver location for customer. Let me check here. We are going to head in the get driver location for customer, and here let me check again. Customer trip controller, and then we're gonna head in, and we have a function right here, get driver location for customer. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, this is the function get driver location for customer. I think it starts. Then we are going to modify right here things, and we pass here the user ID, and also I'm pass here the username, pass here this, and pass here users that name like this as username like this. And then let's try to see again. I'm going to hit this endpoint again here and tap enter, and then let's see what we're gonna get right here. And it seems we need right here users. Yeah, we got driver location, and here we are going to get an error. We don't got the user right here, and that's why we should get an error. Let me check again. Yeah, we should probably get an error, guys. And here, what I'm going to do here, you can see we are going to add another inner join, and we pass here the driver status, that user ID. I'm gonna copy it, and then I'm gonna pass here. I'm gonna say where driver. I'm pass here where driver. I'm pass the driver locations that uses that ID here, and pass that ID. Pass the ID is equal to driver. Pass the driver locations that user ID like this, and it's gonna work. Now let's try it again. I'm gonna hit right here send again, and then you're gonna get right here the username, and we are going to wait a bit. Yeah, we got an error again. Internal server error. Let me check right here why we got the error. We got right here inner join. Yeah, inner join right here. We should pass inner join users, and then we're gonna pass the driver location that user ID like this, and here is equal to where users the ID like this, and then we're going to hit send again, and then we're gonna get the data. Now you can see that actually we got data, and you can see the username is driver. You can see we got two driver right here. We got the location of the driver Alice, and the driver right here. The name is driver. Yeah. And now here, guys, we're going to head in again inside inside of here. Let me close this. We're gonna get into the customer my page. In here, I'm gonna pass here this and pass here location, and here we're gonna display the username. Let me check right here. We're gonna pass that username. Yeah, and here we're gonna pass here username like this. Then let's head in the browser. I'm gonna refresh the page here, and then let's see what we're gonna get right here. And here we are going to see right here, and you can see the actual name right here is driver. Yeah, driver. It works pretty well. Alright guys, actually we already learned how to notify the customer, the position of the driver in real time. Now we're going to do another thing. I'm going to head in first the sidebar view. I'm not creating a button, and then here's how it looks like. Yeah, this is a notification button right here, and we're going to use this button in order to move to the notification page. We are going to create two notification page for the driver and for the customer. Now, listen me. Now here, I'm going to get into my subject text. In here, we're going to, as I said, we're going to have two notification page. The first notification page is going to be for the driver that we're going to start it with. Inside the notification page of the driver, we are going to notify here. We are going to notify the customer if the driver changes status, like the availability. If the driver changed the location, we're going to notify the customer in real time. And inside of this page, we're going to create a table. We're going to pass in the name of the driver, email, location, latitude, longitude. And then we are going to create another notification for the customer. And the driver can enter inside this page. You can see the name of the customer, email, location, latitude, longitude. And these are the events that we're going to listen for the customer. If the customer change its location, we're going to notify the driver in real time. If the customer cancel the trip, we're going to notify the driver in real time. Now, we are going to head in here. We're going to head in inside the admin folder. You can see we got admin folder right here. And in here, I've already created right here notification folder, but I haven't yet put in anything. And in here, I'm not creating and pass here customer, notification, and pass a customer. Yeah, I'm passing customer notification, the view. And also we're going to create another file and name it driver notification, the view, like this. And we're gonna put in the component folder and pass a component, yeah, like this. Components like this. We're gonna put in the component folder like this, yeah, the components like this. And inside the component folder, I'm gonna put in and pass here customer table, the view. And here I'm pass here driver table, the view. Yeah, like this. Now we're gonna head in inside the user table, and then I'm gonna copy the contents in here. I'm going to put it inside the customer table. Yeah, I'm pass it here. And for the customer, we're going to display the name, email, and here we're gonna pass here location, and then I'm pass here latitude. I'm gonna copy this and pass it here 2 times and pass here latitude, and here we're gonna display right here the longitude, yeah, right here like this, longitude, yeah, like this. And we're gonna have an action button. Yeah, we're gonna create it later on. And in here, I'm gonna get rid of this here, these things right here, And here I'm gonna remove all of this stuff right here to the bottom. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna get rid of this and these two, and then I'm going to, I'm gonna do this. I'm putting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're gonna put in 7 columns. I'm gonna duplicate it 2 times here like this, and I'm gonna create 1 column like this. This is gonna be the customer table, and also I'm gonna copy the same table here. I'm going to copy it. I'm gonna put it inside the driver table here, and here we're going to display right here the name, the name of driver, email, location, longitude, and latitude like this. Now we're going to head inside the user page. I'm gonna copy everything it needs, and then I'm gonna put it inside the custom notification page here. And I put it right here, and here I'm going to remove something here like this function. I'm gonna get rid of this, and I'm gonna get rid of the model here, and I'm gonna name this page right like this, customers, like this, customers, and here we're going to get rid of the table right here. I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna get rid of the tagging pagination, and I'm gonna comment the table right now, and then in here I'm going to import the customer table and pass here. I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna remove this, and then I'm pass here import customer table, like this, and then we're gonna pass it here. Right now we are not going to pass in any prop, and here I'm gonna remove this. Now guys, we're going to head in the sidebar view. In here I'm going to creating a function, and we're going to use this function in order to move to the customer notification page or the driver notification page. Now I'm gonna pass it to the back end right here. When we click events, we're gonna call the function move to pass here display notification page like this, and then I'm gonna copy it, and then we are going to put in something. I'm gonna pass it a tab here, and in here I'm pass it here first, pass it here, and then here I'm gonna pass in the logic, pass here const raw, and then I'm passing use data that user that raw, and then in here here's what we're gonna do, and pass if we're gonna make a check if raw is equal to admin is equal to I'm passing is equal to driver raw, and then in here we're going to import it. We're gonna import the router, and then use router, and then here we're gonna do router the push, and then we're going to move to the customer notification, pass a customer notification, customer notifications, and here else we're gonna make another check here. I'm gonna pass here if raw is equal to customer, pass here customer raw. We're going to move to driver notification page, pass here driver notifications, like this. Now we're going to head in. Now we're gonna import the customer notification page and the driver notification page inside the router, and then we're going to head in the router here. Let me head in the router. We have the router folder, index.js, and in here I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna copy this line, and then we're gonna pass here customer notifications like this, and then we're gonna head in. We're going to pass here the path. We're gonna head inside the notification like this, and then we're going to pass here the customer notification like this. Now I'm gonna copy this again. We're gonna pass here driver notifications here, and pass here driver notifications, and here we're gonna pass here driver like this. Now we are going to try this. I'm going to, first of all, let me check something here. We have here the customer notification. Let me copy it. I'm gonna copy it. And then I'm pass it inside the driver notification. Pass it here and pass it drivers. And here I'm gonna import driver. Yeah, I'm passing both driver table and pass it here. Yeah, inside the driver table, let's head in. We are going to remove 2 in here. We're going to remove the input, and then we are going to get rid of this. And here we're going to stay with the prop right here. We're going to say right here, we're going to pass it drivers. Yeah, now let's head in the browser, and then we're going to try this out. And then here, I'm going to refresh the page here. I'm going to refresh the page here. Let me first check right here. We got an error. And here I'm going to fix the error and pass it notification like this. And then I'm copy it. We're going to pass it here. Let's head in the browser and then check here. And here we are going to refresh the page here. I'm going to refresh the page here. And then we are going to move to, we're going to click on notification. You can see we got right here drivers. And the actual row right here is a customer. You can see customer. I'm not heading. I'm going to get into the new incognito window here. And you can see the actual row right here is a driver. Yeah, now let's head in the notification page. You can see customers. Now I'm not getting to Postman. We have an endpoint right here that returns all available drivers. You can see driver location / customer, and this endpoint returns all available drivers. Yeah. Listen now. You can see right here we got here the ID of the driver, the name here is Alice, the location here, the latitude, longitude. Now here, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to add also the status. We are going to head in this controller. I'm not heading inside the controller right here. We're going to head in inside the driver controller, and we're going to move to the tab here. Let me head in inside the API.php file, and then we are going to see that endpoint right here. You can see driver location / customer. Get driver location for customer. I'm going to click here. I'm going to click right here on the customer tree controller. And we have the function right here. We return right here latitude, longitude, and also I'm gonna pass here the status of the driver. I'm pass here driver status. Here I'm gonna pass it here that status, and then we're gonna have the status there. Let me go back inside Postman. I'm gonna tap enter, and then here you're gonna see we have here the status is available. Yeah, you can see the driver is available. Now what we are going to do, we are going to display all available driver inside the table. Inside here we have a table right here. I'm gonna get into the notification folder, and then we're going to display all available driver inside the driver notification page in here. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to import right here the map store const, then here I'm passing map store is equal to use map store. We got it. Yeah, and then here I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna pass here. I'm gonna pass here map store is equal to source to ref. We want to preserve reactivity. Then I'm pass it here. And let's move the inside the map store. We have the get driver location for customer. We are going to call a function. And here I'm gonna copy this data right here, this reactive property. We're gonna extract it and pass it here. And pass it here. And also the name of the function is get driver location for customer, copy it. And then here we are going to pass it here. I'm not uncomment it here. I'm not uncomment on mounted hook. And then in here we're going to pass here map store, and then we're gonna call the function like this. And I'm gonna pass here a wait. Yeah, like this. And here you can see we have a driver table. And in here, we are going to pass here this data right here, driver location for customer. And here I'm gonna copy it. I'm gonna pass it here like drivers. This is the prop. Drivers is equal to this array. And here, if we head in, I'm gonna copy this. And then we are going to head in the driver table. We're gonna head inside the driver table. Let's head in the component driver table. And in here, guys, I'm gonna pass here this, and I'm gonna pass it right here. And here you can see that I actually got right here the driver. Yeah, we got the driver name, but we don't got the email. I'm going to display only right here the name. I'm gonna get rid of the email. I'm gonna remove the email, and here I'm gonna remove right here one column. And what I'm going to do here, guys, for the first column, we're gonna pass in the number here. Let me go inside. Let me pass here first v4 and pass it v4 Yeah, I'm passing v4, and here we're gonna pass it driver in drivers. Yeah, like this. We are going to pass here the key, and then I'm passing driver that user ID. Yeah, like this. And in here we're gonna pass here the index, like this, and then we're going to pass here index +1 like this. And now I'm going to pass here the name. I'm gonna pass here this driver, that's driver option chaining, and then I'm gonna pass here the username. I'm going to copy it. We have the location. Now we're gonna pass the location here. Pass it the location, and yeah, right here we have location of the driver. We're gonna pass it here, and then we're going to pass the longitude and latitude. I'm gonna copy it and pass it here. I'm gonna copy here latitude and pass it here, and here we're gonna pass the longitude. We're gonna pass it right here, and we have to display also the status. Is pretty important. We have to display the status of the driver. In here I'm pass here another few. We're gonna pass here status. Yeah, this is the status, and for the status I'm gonna pass you another column where we're gonna display the status. We're going to copy this, and then we're gonna pass you the status here and pass you the status. Now let's first check this. I'm not heading inside this window right here. You can see I'm going to refresh the page right here. Yeah, right here the actual row right here is, yeah, you can see the actual row is a customer, and you can see we display right here the location, Coleta, California, United States, latitude, longitude, the status is 1, and but we don't display the name here. Let me check what we get right here, username, like this. I'm gonna go back in here. I'm gonna pass you user, yeah, username like this, and then we're going to display the username is Alice. Alice is a driver, and here you can see we have there the status. Here I'm going to do this. You can see actually right here we have constants, and here we have trip status, and here I'm gonna create a function and pass you trip status. I'll create right here function, and then I'm going to pass you some value. Yeah, we have here the row trip status, and here we are going to create another constant right here for the status of the driver. Yeah, let me head in first inside the profile page here. Yeah, we are going to head in. I'm gonna create another constant here. We're gonna name it here. I'm gonna do this. I'm going to do this, guys. We're going to pass here status and pass it driver status like this, the JS. Inside the driver status, I'm gonna create into status, export const, and pass here. We're gonna say busy. Yeah, we can just head in here. We're gonna head in first. Yeah, we're going to head in the models, and we have the driver status right here. And then I'm gonna copy these two status right here. I'm gonna copy this, and then we're gonna put it inside the driver status, the JS right here. And in here, I'm going to export, or I'm gonna export right here, this here. I'm gonna create right here function instead, function status name, and I'm gonna pass you to the, I'm gonna pass the status as parameter, and then I'm check if the status here, I'm pass here this, if the status is, if the available status is equal to the status, we are going to return here available status name and pass here return this, and if is equal to this one, we are going to return this, pass it here, we're going is equal to busy status, we are going to return here the busy status name. I'm gonna copy it, we're gonna pass it here. Now let's call the get status name, and here I can pass here even get driver status, and then we're going to move inside the driver table, and then we're gonna pass it at the top right here like this, get driver status name, and then I'm going to call a function. We're gonna pass it here. Yeah, I'm gonna pass here the status is a parameter, and then let's check. Right here you can see here I'm going to refresh the page here, and then you're gonna see right, you can see the actual status is available, And for the status, I'm gonna put it inside this span tag here like this. And I'm passing a class of B. I'm passing BG yellow. And then I'm passing 400 padding in x-axis. I'm passing 2 padding in y-axis. I'm passing 1 and rounded MD like this. Now let's check again. And here you can see that actually got right here the status is available. And here I'm passing rounded, yeah, like this, rounded MD. And the status is available. Now we're going to display data inside the new incognito window for the driver. We are going to move right here. You can see this the driver. And for the driver, we are going to hit this endpoint right here. You can see here we got another endpoint right here, customer location /driver. And here we're going to get here, we are going to call a function inside the map. So the name is get customer location for driver. We are going to call a function right here. And you can see the endpoint is customer location for driver. Yeah. And here you can see actually, if we check this endpoint right here, we have right here the user ID, but we don't have the name. We are going to add also the name. Now we're going to head in, I'm gonna copy it, and then we're gonna head in inside the API.php file. We are going to add this. We are going to add the username. Here you can see customer trip. And then here we're gonna move right here, get driver location for customer. And here we have another function right here. I'm gonna go down here to the bottom right here. Let's go back here. And we're going to look for a function right here. You can see this one, customer location for driver. And we're going to look for this function right here. I'm now heading again the customer trip controller. We are going to look for the function. You can see this is the function right here. And in here, we don't make an inner join in order to get the username. Now, what I'm going to do here, we are going to make an inner join with the customer trip table. And let me head in the database folder right here, migrations. And we have the customer trip table. Yeah, I'm gonna pass here. Yeah, the custom trips table. I'm gonna select it and then I'm gonna pass it here. Yeah, like this. And we are going to write an inner join. I'm gonna copy all of this and then I'm gonna put it right here. And here we are going to pass here. We're going to select data inside the customer trip here. And then we're going to pass here inner join users where customer trips the user ID is equal to user ID like this. And right here, we're gonna pass here where customer trip that trip status, pass it trip status is equal to driver status that available status. Yeah, we are going to pass here is equal to customer. I'm gonna copy this one is equal to customer trip. Yeah, is equal to customer trip is equal to customer trip model pending status. I'm gonna copy this. We're gonna pass it here. Yeah, like this. And then we are going to select the data. I'm gonna pass here first. We're gonna pass here the customer trip like this. I'm gonna pass here select all. I'll pass here select all from the customer trip. And then we're going to select here the name here. We're gonna select the name here. Yeah, I'm pass here. We're gonna select the name from the user table like this. And then we're going to pass the data to the response function and pass it here like this. Now let's head into Postman and then we're gonna try this endpoint and tap enter. And then here we are going to get data. And it seems we got an error. We are going to fix it. I'm gonna get rid of this first. I'm gonna check the query right here. We don't got any issue. And I'm going to check the migration right here, guys. And this is the issue, guys. You can see where we pass here user ID, we pass here string. We should pass here integer. We made a mistake, and for the vehicle ID should be an integer like this. Now we're gonna head in the MySQL database, and in here I'm going to do this first. I'm passing select star from migrations. Yeah, like this. And in here we're gonna delete this migration right here. I'm not delete it. We are going to pass here delete from migrations where ID is equal to 34. You can see the migration 34 is the customer trip. And also I'm passing delete, I'm passing drop table we're gonna pass here customer trips. Yeah, like this, and then we're gonna tap enter. Now we're going to run migration again. I'm tapping PHP artisan migrate like this, and then we're going to try it again. I'm not hitting the postman. I'm not hit send here. We are going to get data. Yeah, you can see actually we got an empty array. Everything is working pretty well. Now what I'm going to do, I'm not heading here. I'm going to head inside this window. You can see we got a customer. I'm gonna move here on the home page, and then here we're gonna select a taxi, and then here I'm pass here the location. And for the location, I'm gonna pick here a location here. I'm gonna pass here. Even I'm pass here I'm gonna pass here Santa Barbara, and here I'm gonna pass it here. Yeah, Santa Barbara. And we are going to pass here the destination is gonna be Montego. Yeah, I'm gonna copy it. We got right here Montecito. Yeah, I'm gonna pass this. This is gonna be the destination. Then we're gonna pass here. We're gonna pass here Montecito, and we're going to look for it. We're gonna write a bit, and then we can see we got Montecito, California, United States. And then I'm gonna click book now, and then here, if we head in Postman, we're going to get the data right here. I'm gonna tap send here, and then we're gonna get the data. You can see that actually we got the location, address, latitude, longitude, and we have the username right here. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this data. I'm gonna copy it. Yeah, I'm gonna copy all the data, and in here we're going to head in. We're going to head in inside the notification folder. I'm gonna close this. Let's head in the notification folder. And here we have the customer table. Yeah, this is the customer table. And here we are going to display this column right here. I'm gonna comment this, and here you can see we have customers, and I'm gonna pass here v4, then I'll pass here customer in customers, and then we're gonna pass here the key, and here for the key we're gonna pass here customer that user ID. Yeah, the key must be unique, and pass here customer that user ID. And then I'm pass here that ID. Then we are going to pass here the index, and for the first column we're gonna do this. We're gonna pass the index +1, and we're going to display right here the name. I'm not getting rid of the email. We're gonna display the name of the customer. I'm gonna pass here this, and pass here customer, and then I'm passing username. And we have the name. We're going to display here. I'm gonna copy this. We're going to display now the location, latitude, and longitude. I'm going to copy this line here. We're gonna pass here the location. I'm going to copy we're gonna pass the location address. We're gonna pass it here, and then I'm gonna copy it again. We're gonna pass it here and here too. Now I'm gonna copy the location, longitude here. I'm gonna pass it here and here too, and then here I'm gonna pass the location, latitude. Yeah, like this. Now let's for the next column here, you can see I pass the longitude here, and here for the next column I'm gonna pass here the trip status. I'm gonna copy this, and for this trip I'm gonna pass here trip status. Yeah, the driver need to know the trip status. If the status is pending, ongoing, or cancelled, the driver need to know all of this from the customer. And then here we are going to go down. I'm gonna copy the trip status. We are going to pass it here, customer, and then here and pass it the trip status like this. Yeah, everything is okay. Now we are going to head in. We're gonna head in inside the driver. We're gonna head in inside the driver notification, the Vue file. We already import it. Yeah, we're gonna head in inside the customer notification, the Vue file, and here we're gonna pass here customers is equal. We are going to head in inside the map store. Let me head in inside the map store. We got right here, and here I'm gonna look for the map store right here. Let me go down right here. You got the map store, and we're going to call the function get customer location for driver. I'm gonna copy it, and then we're gonna go back inside. We're gonna go back inside the customer notification, And in here, we're gonna pass here the map store is equal to map store. Yeah, is equal to pass here is equal to use map store like this. We import it, and then we're going to call a function, and I'm passing a weight here. We're gonna pass here a weight, and then we're gonna pass here map store that get customer location for driver like this. And here we're going to extract the data. Pass here const. We are going to extract the data and pass a const here. And the data that we want to extract here is the customer location for driver. I'm gonna copy it. We're gonna pass it here, and then I'm pass here map store. Yeah, like this. Yeah, we should pass here store to ref to preserve reactivity. Pass here store to ref. Yeah, like this. And then I'm gonna copy it. We're going to pass here to customers. Pass here customers like this. And I think everything is okay. Now we need to check a little bit. I'm not heading the customer table, and in here I think everything is okay. Now we need to try this. I'm going to head inside an incognito window where we got the driver, and then I'm gonna refresh the page right here to see if we're going to get the data. Yeah, you can see we got data. The name of the customer is Chris. Yeah, the location Santa Barbara, and here we display only the location. We should display also the destination. And here I'm gonna pass here, I'm gonna copy this and then pass here destination. Pass here destination like this. And also I'm gonna copy here, I'm gonna copy this, and let's see the column right here. Location. Yeah, you can see location right here. And we got here the destination. Yeah, destination address. And then I'm gonna copy it. We're gonna pass it here. This is the destination address. And for the status, I'm gonna wrap it inside a span tag. We are going to copy this class here. We're gonna pass in here and pass this class right here. And then we're gonna have the same thing right here. You can see we display here the destination, latitude, longitude, and the trip status. You can see the trip status right now is pending. Alright guys, now we're gonna learn how to calculate the distance between 2 points. You can see here, we have here the driver, the trip data. And we have here, the customer wants to go from Santa Barbara to Montecito. And we have the latitude for the location and longitude. And we got the latitude, longitude for the destination. Now, we are going to ask ChatGPT how to calculate distance between 2 points. Now I'm gonna head inside ChatGPT tab here. I got ChatGPT right here, and then here I've asked ChatGPT how to calculate distance between 2 points. Yeah, and then ChatGPT says this: to calculate the distance between 2 points on F, given their latitude and longitude, you can use the Haversine formula. Yeah, we are going to use the Haversine formula in order to get the distance between 2 points. And then here ChatGPT creates me this PHP function. We have a PHP function right here. Let me go here. I'm gonna scroll down, and then we have a PHP function. He is the equivalent PHP implementation of the JavaScript calculate distance function. And then here I'm going to copy this function, and then we're gonna use it in order to get the distance between 2 points. We're gonna pass it the latitude and the longitude for the location. And we're gonna pass the latitude and longitude for the destination in order to get the distance. I'm gonna copy it, and then we're going to head inside the controller, and you can see we got a trip controller right here, trip controller, and we have the customer trip model. And here I'm gonna pass here public static, I'm passing public static, and then here I'm passing here the function right here, public static function calculate distance. And then in here we have this right here. I'm not comment this, and then we are going to call this function inside the customer trip controller. And then I'm heading. You can see right here we have here a function here. I'm gonna scroll down. We are store customer trip, and we are going to add another column. We're gonna add 2 columns to the customer trip right here, and in here we're gonna pass it to column. I'm gonna copy this column right here. We're gonna pass here the distance between these 2 points, and pass it distance, and also gonna pass here the total price. Yeah, this is the total price. And now we are going to do this. I'm going to import also right here another model, which is the vehicle. I'm passing vehicle. Yeah, vehicle. We import it. And then let's head in the vehicle. And then I'm going to create right here function public static function get vehicle. And then in here, I'm going to pass this and pass here vehicle, pass here vehicle, pass here vehicle is equal to vehicle like this. And then we're going to pass here where we're going to pass here the ID. And then I'm passing ID. And then we're going to retrieve the data. I'm going to check if is not null. If it's not null, we are going to return the vehicle. If it's not null, we are going to return the vehicle right here. I'm passing first the ID, and then I'm passing here return here. We are going to, I'm gonna pass here get vehicle, and then here I'm passing here return vehicle. Yeah, like this. Else we're gonna return null like this. And here I'm going to create another function here and pass a public static function. So I'm going to say get vehicle price, and then we are going to call the function pass here vehicle, pass a vehicle price is equal to vehicle, and then we're going to call the function get vehicle. I'm going to pass it here, get vehicle. We're going to pass here the vehicle ID and pass here the ID here, and then I'm going to check here. Yeah, get vehicle and pass here vehicle first, vehicle, and then we're gonna check if is not null. If is not null here, if is not null, I'm going to return right here the vehicle price and pass here price, and here I'm pass here float val and pass here float val, and then here I'm pass here float val, and then I'm pass here vehicle price like this. Else we're gonna return 0. I'm passing else. Yeah, I'm passing else. We're gonna return 0. Yeah, if you don't found the vehicle, we're gonna return 0 like this. Yeah, like this. Now we're going to head in the customer trip controller, and then we're gonna call the function get vehicle price. I'm gonna copy it, and then in here we are going to do this. We are going to scroll down again. We are going to head in. We're gonna get into the store customer trip. And in here we have to calculate the distance here, and the first we are going to do this and pass here distance. Yeah, we are going to give, first of all we are going to get the price. Say vehicle, pass here vehicle price, and then I'm gonna pass here vehicle model. Then we're gonna call the function get vehicle price. We're gonna pass here the vehicle ID. This is the vehicle ID. I'm gonna copy it, and then we're gonna pass in here, and we got the vehicle price, and then we're gonna pass here the distance, pass here distance, and here we're going to pass the customer trip model, and then we're going to head in the customer trip model. We're going to pass here, we're gonna call the calculate distance. I'm gonna copy this. Yeah, here I'm gonna copy this. And then we're gonna pass it right here, and here we're gonna pass here the latitude. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm going to copy the location latitude. We're gonna pass it here. We're gonna copy also the location longitude. We're gonna pass it here, and we are going to copy the destination latitude. We're gonna pass it here. And we are going to pass here the destination longitude. We're going to pass it here. And then we're going to get the distance. Yeah, like this. And here I'm going to do this total price. Yeah. And here to get the total price, I'm going to pass here around. You can see if we get into the customer trip. And this is what ChatGPT says here. We need to pass here the latitude, longitude. For the latitude and the latitude and longitude of both points, and then here we are going to call a function, and then we're going to pass here round 2. I'm going to pass here round 2. You can see this is how we should use it, and then I'm going to go back inside the customer trip controller. We're going to pass it here round. We pass it distance round 2, And here I'm going to do this times vehicle price here. Yeah, vehicle price, we return right here an integer. We're gonna pass here vehicle price like this, and then we're gonna get the total price. And here I'm gonna pass here the total price here. This the total price, and also we're gonna pass here distance. And here I'm gonna copy this one. I'm gonna pass here distance. Now we're going to head in the customer trips migration. We're going to add the distance and the total price. I'm gonna copy here the distance. Let's head in the customer right here. We are going to pass here the distance. Do this. I'm gonna copy this one right here. I'm gonna pass here the distance. Yeah, I'm pass it here, and then we're gonna pass here the total price. Yeah, the total price there, and yeah, like this. And also we're going to pass these two column here. We're gonna pass it to this function. We are going to retrieve them. And here, let me first copy these two, and then I'm pass it here in updates. And we are going to pass, yeah, we are going to select all field inside the customer trips. Yeah, everything is okay. Now what we're gonna do here, I'm going to remove the migration pass here, php Haversine. We're gonna pass here migrate. We're gonna pass here migration. We're gonna pass here rollback, and then we're going to roll back the migration. php Haversine migrate rollback. Yeah, like this. Yeah, we just roll back the customer trips table, and then type php Haversine migrate. Yeah, we just created the table again. And now what I'm going to do, I'm gonna go here. We are going to move here. Instead of our app, we are going to move to the home page here. And here I'm gonna select, I'm going to select taxi, and then I'm click book taxi now. And then you can see right here, you can see, yeah, destination latitude, we got an error. Let's fix it. And in here we have an error. I'm gonna pass here request. Yeah, I'm gonna copy here request like this, and I'm gonna copy request, and then we're gonna pass it here where we got destination. I'm gonna remove this and pass here request, then pass here dollar here dollar. Yeah, like this, and then here I'm pass here request destination longitude. Now we are going to try this again. I'm gonna move right here. We're gonna move to the app here, pass here app /welcome, and then I'm tap enter, and right here we're gonna pass here the taxi, and here the tax that the user selects. You can see right here the taxi 001. This is the price, and also right here the user. So I'm gonna pass here Santa Barbara is the location, and then we're gonna provide also the destination, Santa Barbara. Yeah, we got Santa Barbara, and here Montecito. Yeah, I'm passing Montecito, and then we're going to, yeah, you can see we got right here Montecito, California, United States, and then I'm click book taxi now, and trip created successfully. And you can see trip created successfully, and here you can see we have here the user. You can see Santa Barbara, and you can see we got right here Montecito is right here. Now let's move right here, and then I'm tap enter, and then let's see what we're gonna get right here from the API. You can see we got right here, yeah, I'm gonna scroll down. You can see the distance is 6 kilometers, and the total price, this is the total price of the vehicle selected by the user. Yeah, this is the total price and distance. Now we are going to display the distance and the total price instead of the longitude here. Instead of displaying right here the longitude here, we're gonna display right here the price. Yeah, we're gonna display right here the price, and that's what we're gonna do, guys. We are going to display right here the price. This is the driver. We're gonna display the price that the customer should pay. And here I'm going to head in. We're going to head in right here. You can see we are going to head in inside the notification folder, and then we have the customer table. And here I'm pass here. We're gonna pass here. Yeah, I'm gonna pass here the distance. Yeah, we pass here the destination latitude and pass it the distance. Yeah, I'm passing the distance, and here I'm passing kilometer, distance in kilometer, and also I'm going to pass here the price, and I'm passing total price like this, and then you're gonna go here, you're gonna pass here distance, and here you're gonna pass here the price per kilometer. I'm passing total price like this, and here I'm passing a $sign like this, total price. Now let's refresh the page again. We are going to see right here, this is the total price. You can see the distance is 6 kilometers, and this is the total price. And also guys, we're gonna display right here the name of the taxi in the border. We are going to head in, and right here before the destination address, and here I'm passing taxi name like this, and here I'm passing taxi. We're gonna pass here, and I'm gonna pass here taxi model. Like this, taxi model like this. And we're going to add these two fields. We're gonna select these two columns. We're going to go back inside the customer trip controller, and in here, this is what we're gonna do right here. You can see here we have here this query. We are going to modify it. I'm gonna copy this, and then here I'm pass here joins. We're gonna pass here vehicles, and then here we're gonna pass here where customer trip that vehicle ID is equal to, we're gonna pass here is equal to vehicles.id like this. And here I'm gonna select here the vehicle that name is taxi, and pass here taxi name. And also I'm gonna select here the model, vehicles that model is taxi model. Like this. And then we are going to do this. I'm gonna create this two column right here. We have here the destination. I'm gonna copy this one. We're gonna pass here the taxi, and pass here taxi here, and here we're gonna pass here the model. Now let's refresh the page and see what we're gonna get right here. And here you can see we got right here the name of the taxi is taxi 001, and the model is 002, and the distance and the total price. Alright guys, as we already displayed the driver location inside the custom notification page, now we are going to change this data in real time. I'm going to head in the postman, and I'm gonna click right here, send, and then we're gonna get the driver location. You can see Albany, Georgia, United States. And here, this is the location that we got right here. But how can we change it in real time? We already installed Laravel Reverb. We're gonna use Laravel Reverb, and we already pass you an echo instance in order to listen for that events, driver location events. And then we're gonna console the data. Now we're going to head in the new incognito window where we logged in the driver, and in here I'm passing you the new location right here, and in here I can pass you go later for the new driver location. We're going to look for it. And then you can see we got right here, Goleta, California, United States. I'm gonna pass here, change. I'm gonna click change, and then driver location changed successfully. If we head in the window right here, you can see we got data right here. And here, let me show you, we got data right here. This is Goleta. Let me do this. You can see we got right here, location address. We got Goleta, California, United States. And we pass here the user ID, but we don't have the status and the username. We are going to add these two property inside the driver location object. Now we are going to head in the map store. In here, I'm gonna remove this, and then I'm passing this data right here. I'm going to explain you how it works. Here you can see I just select these objects, and then I create a new constant, new array, and in here I just check if we got the user ID inside the driver location for custom array. If we got the user ID, we are going to remove it. And then I create right here a new array, new data. I just copy this array inside the new data array, and the object I just pass in the new location. And then I do driver location for customer. That value is equal to the array. I copy the array inside the driver location for customer array, and then I pass the message customer location change. Now you can see inside Postman we got right here the status and the username. We don't pass these two property in here. Let's move inside the driver location. We don't pass these two property right here. I'm gonna create here another variable. I'm gonna name it. Yeah, I'm gonna name it driver. Yeah, I'm pass driver location event like this is equal to driver location. Yeah, and in here I'm not creating a key and pass here. I'm gonna copy this and then pass it here and I'm pass here status, and we are going to get the status by the user ID, and we're going to head in the driver status here, the driver status model. I'm gonna copy this code and then I'm pass it here, and we're going to return the status of the driver by ID and pass here driver status, and here I'm gonna say get driver status. Yeah, column get driver and pass get driver status column. Yeah, and we're going to get a value. We're gonna pass it user ID, else we're going to return now if we don't find that driver. And here I'm gonna head in the driver controller, and in here you can see here just pass here this. I just created another key right here, which is the status. Pass here the status like this, and here yeah we have here an error, and then we're going to pass here, we're gonna pass it driver status model, then we're gonna call a function. I'm going to pass there the user ID. I'm gonna copy it and then I'm pass it here. Yeah, like this. And then we are going to add in the status here. Let me copy this. Yeah, we just pass it right here. I'm going to create another key inside the driver location event. I'm gonna name it username like this. And here we're going to head in the user model. And here we are going to head in the user model. We're gonna scroll down and then we have the user model right here. And in here, what I'm gonna do here, you can see get user by email. I'm gonna copy this and then here I'm pass here get and pass it get user name, and then we're gonna pass here the ID and pass here the ID, and then I'm passing int like this user, where we're gonna pass away ID, then it's equal to the ID, and I'm going to return the user right here. I'm gonna return right here. I'm gonna check if user. If you got the user, we are going to return here user.id. Yeah, user.name like this. Yeah, else we are going to return null. I can just pass here is not null. We are going to return here the username. Else we are going to return null like this and pass here null. If it's not null, yeah, like this. I'm gonna add here semicolon. If it's not null, we're going to return name, else we're gonna return null like this. Everything is okay, guys. Now we're going to call the function get username and copy it, and then we're gonna head in the driver controller. I'm going to pass it here. Get driver, get username, and then here I'm pass here user like this. And we are going to import the user model. Let's go to the tab here. Yeah, we already imported it. It's right there. And here I'm gonna pass it the driver location event. I'm gonna pass it to the dispatch. We're gonna pass it to the dispatch function. And also I'm gonna copy it. Then we're gonna pass it right here too. And everything is okay. Now we're going to head in the browser. I'm going to refresh right here the page. Yeah, like this. And then we're going to check right here. You can see go later. This is the new driver location. And in here, I'm gonna move right here. I'm going to change the location again. Right now, I'm gonna pass here Albany to check if you're going to change the location inside a table in real time. And here I'm passing Albany, United States, New York, United States. And then I'm gonna click change location. Yeah. And in here for the customer, you can see customer. Yeah, we should pass here driver. It changed automatically. We should pass here driver location. And you can see we pass here Albany. And what I'm going to do here, we are going to pass here driver, not customer, driver location change successfully. driver location change. This is the message that we're gonna send to the customer right here. Now we're going to add here a button. We are going to add a button that is gonna allow to a customer to move to the map, and then you can see the new location of the driver. I'm going ahead in the driver table here. You can see inside the notification folder. We are going to pass you a button, and then we pass it. I just pass it a class of Tailwind CSS, and in here I just pass a component router link, and then we pass here the path. We are going to move to the customer map. We're gonna move to the customer map, and then let's head in the browser. I'm gonna click move to map, and then you can see that actually we're on the map right here. Now it's the turn for the driver for the customer to broadcast his location to the driver in real time. You can see this is the customer. Now here we are going to broadcast to the driver who's logged in inside the new incognito window. We're gonna broadcast him the location of the customer in real time, because this location right here, the customer can change it, but we want to notify the driver that the customer has changed its location. We need to send him a new location. Cool, guys. Now, the first things first to do, we need to create an event. We are going to head inside the command prompt. In here, I'm going to type this PHP artisan make event, and then we're going to pass here customer location event. Then we're going to tap enter. We are going to head in the event folder. We have the event folder right here, and the driver location event here. I'm gonna copy this, and then I'm pass it here inside the constructor. We are going to implement the interface should broadcast. Pass here should broadcast. I'm gonna copy this and pass it here, and here I'm gonna create here a variable public. Pass here public. And then I'm passing a customer location like this. Then we're gonna instantiate it, pass it here, and we're gonna pass it to the constructor, like this. And here we're going to pass here I'm passing here customer location, and then we are going to use a public channel like this. Everything is okay. Let me check here, and we have here the channel. We use a public channel. And here I just pass here the channel, channel like this. Everything is okay. Now we're going to import the customer location event inside this model, inside the customer tree controller. We're gonna head in, and then we're gonna pass it here. I need to pass here that event, and here pass a customer location event. We're gonna import it. You can see we got it right here at the top, and then what I'm going to do, I'm gonna copy it. We are going to move right here, where we got right here. We are going to move inside the store customer tree function, and then is in here where we should call that event. I'm gonna pass it here dispatch, pass it dispatch like this, and then here I'm gonna create another variable right here. This is the name of the variable. I'm gonna name it here. We're going to name it here. I'm gonna pass it here, and it's better to pass it at the top. I'm gonna pass here format. I'm going to comment this line right here, and then we're going to pass this event at the top right here, and here I'm pass here customer location event data. We're gonna do this. We're going to assign it this array. And here I'm going to I'm gonna copy this there right here. I'm gonna copy it, and then I'm gonna store it inside a variable and pass here customer trip, and pass customer trip data. Trip data is equal to this array, and then I'm gonna copy the customer trip data. I'm gonna assign it to the customer location event data like this. And in here, we are going to we're going to add in some keys inside the customer location event. We are going to add in some key, like here, we're going to add in like the username and the taxi name, and also the taxi model. Now I'm gonna go over here and pass you customer location event, and then we're gonna pass you the user. Yeah, we're gonna pass it the username. And here, let me just copy here. Yeah, I'm gonna pass it the taxi name here and the taxi model. I just see the name of the key, and here I'm gonna do this. Yeah, here I'm passing the taxi name, and here the taxi. I'm gonna pass it the taxi model. I'm passing the taxi model. We need to return these keys. If we take a look to this endpoint right here, customer location / driver, we need to pass here the username, and here we should pass also the taxi name because we are going to display it. If we head in here, you can see we need to pass here the taxi name and the model, but also the username. We have to display this data. And here, we got right here the distance. Now here, I'm going to head in the user model. You can see we're gonna import right here the user model. Let's move to the top. We're gonna import it, and we don't have the user model right here. I'm passing user, and we are going to import the user model. Yeah, we got it right here. Yeah, let me check. Yeah, we already imported it. We are going to call a function that allows to get the name of the user by ID. And here we're gonna pass here the ID. And here I'm gonna remove this. We are going to move to the top here, to the bottom. And then here we're gonna do this. We're gonna pass here this, and we're going to pass in the request user ID like this. Then we're gonna get the username. And here we're going to head in the vehicle. We're gonna head in the vehicle model. And then in here, let's check right here. We have here get vehicle. We have the function get vehicle. We're gonna use this function in order to get the name of the vehicle and the model. And here I'm gonna copy it, and then we are going to pass here. We are going to move to the bottom here, and here we're gonna pass here vehicle, and then we're gonna get the name here, and right here we're gonna pass here the ID. I'm gonna pass here request vehicle ID. I'm gonna copy it. I'm gonna pass it inside the function here, like this. And here, let me do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm pass here a variable vehicle. I'm pass a vehicle data, and then I'm gonna assign it this. And we're going to use the vehicle data in order to get access to the name of the vehicle. I'm pass here vehicle data, and then we're gonna pass there the name. I'm gonna copy it. I'm gonna copy it, and then we're gonna pass it to the model. I'm gonna pass here the model like this. Everything is okay, guys. Everything is okay. Now I'm gonna move to the top again, and here I'm gonna copy the customer location. We are going to pass it this array right here. We're gonna pass it the customer location event. I'm gonna copy it. We're gonna pass here this patch like this. Yeah, we're gonna pass it here, and then like this. Yeah, I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to pass it after we just inserted data and pass it here. And also I'm gonna copy the customer trip data. I'm gonna pass it inside the create function like this, and we are going to move inside the else statement. We are going to pass it here like this, and everything is okay. Now we're going to move. We're gonna head in the map store. Let's head in the map store right here. And we have a function listen driver location in real time. I'm gonna duplicate it, and then I'm gonna create another one right here. I'm gonna move right here. We have another function right here, get customer location for driver, and here I'm passing listen customer location in real time. And here I'm gonna copy it. I'm gonna pass it here. Let me check. Yeah, I'm going to pass it inside the else statement right here. Yeah, like this, listen customer location in real time. And then we are going to do this. I'm gonna move right here. We got right here new. I'm passing new customer location, and here I'm passing customer location. We pass, this is the variable that we pass it to the channel. Let's head in the customer location event. We pass it this name right here. Yeah, inside the customer. This is the name we pass there. Event.customer location. We pass there the name of the channel. Yeah, let's go back here. As I said, we pass here the name of the channel, and then here I'm going to pass here this array here. I'm gonna copy this array customer location for driver, and then I'm gonna pass it here like this. We're gonna pass here customer, and here I'm gonna copy this. We're gonna pass here customer, and here I'm gonna pass here new customer location. Yeah, you're gonna pass it here. Yeah, and also I'm going to pass here this. We're gonna pass here this event, that's customer location, and then we're going to do this. We're gonna pass here customer location for driver that value is equal to new data, and then we're gonna say right here customer location change. Yeah, and then everything is okay. Now we need to try this, and here we need to change also the name of the event right here. I should pass you customer location event, and here the name of the channel is customer location. Now let's head in the browser to try this. I'm gonna head in, and here you can see this is the customer. Now I'm going to change the location. We're gonna move to the home page. In here we are going to pass here. I'm gonna select taxi, and then I'm passing Santa Barbara, and the destination here we are going to pass here Montecito. We are going to broadcast the position of the customer in real time to the driver. And you can see Montecito. I'm going to select this one. And you can see this is the window of the driver. You can see the row right here is driver. Now we're going to check if we're going to get a message in real time. Now I'm going to click book taxi now. And then let's head in the browser of the driver right here. We're going to have a message right here. Let's check right here. You can see customer location changed successfully. Yeah, there we go. We just notify the driver that the customer has changed its location in real time. And you can see right here, the pass here, Barbara, California, United States, Montecito, yeah, California, United States. Everything is changing. Yeah, even the price. Now, we are going to work on the badge right here. When we send a notification to a customer driver, we are going to add here one. Once we click on the page, we're going to change the value to 0. Now we are going to head in. Let's head in the map store. Let's go to the tab here. And in here, I'm going to create right here notification val. And then we're going to assign it a number. The default value is going to be 0. And in here, I'm going to pass it first to the return statement. We're going to go to the bottom, and then we're going to pass it here. And then let's move inside the sidebar, the view file. And then in here, I'm going to import the map store. Const use and pass here map store is equal to use map store. Pass here map store. We import it. And then we are going to do this. Const here, I extract the var store to ref to preserve reactivity. Then we're going to pass in map store. And then I'm going to copy the notification var. I'm going to pass it right here. You can see we have a function, display notification page. And here, I'm going to pass it. If the row is equal to driver, we are going to change the value is equal to 0. Or if the row is equal to, customer, we're going to change the value to 0. It means when the customer is going to click on the button, we are going to reset the value to 0. And then I'm going to copy it. We're going to pass it where we got the badge here. We are going to scroll down until the button right here. And you can see we got right here, the default value is 11, and pass it here, notification var, like this. Now let's go back inside the map store. And then in here, what I'm going to do, you can see listen driver location in real time. And in here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pass here const user and pass use data is equal to get use data, like this. And then I'm going to make a check here. Here and pass here if, and pass here if, and pass use data. And then here that's user. And then that row here is equal to driver row, like this, driver row. We are going to change the value right here is equal to, right here we should pass here customer row. Pass here customer row. I'm going to pass here notification var. Pass in notification that value is plus, like this. And then we're gonna copy that. We're gonna put it inside this function We have another function, listen driver location. We are going to pass it inside the listen driver location, listen customer location in real time. I'm going to pass it right here. In here, we're going to pass here driver row like this. And we're going to pass here so const use data and is equal to get use data like this. Yeah, here everything is okay. Now we need to try this again. Now I'm going to head in the browser. In here you can see the actual value right here is 0. And this is the customer. Now let's go back to the home page. Then we're going to try it again. And here, if I send a notification to the driver right here, you can see this is the driver. We have here 0. We are going to update this value by 1. And then let's try it again. I'm going to click right here. I'm going to select a taxi. And then I'm going to pass it book taxi. Yeah, we can please select a location. We're going to go back. And here we have an error. We are going to fix that, guys. We have to make here a check if the driver is, if the customer select the location destination. We're going to make a check right here in order to avoid an error. Now here I'm going to select again here. I can pass even right here. I'm pass again Santa Barbara. And then I'm pass here for the destination. I'm pass the Montecito. Yeah, let's select here Montecito and see where we're gonna get. Santa Barbara here, I got it. And here I'm pass here, let's pass here Montecito. Yeah, like this. And then we are going to change the value. I'm pass here Montecito. And then I'm pass here, let me check right here. I'm select this one and then I'm pass here book taxi. And here trip created successfully. And let's move to the window of the driver. And here you can see the value right here change. The actual value is 1 here because we just sent a notification to the driver. Let's say the driver was on this page. Yeah, the driver can see that here's a notification plus the toast notification that appear at the bottom right. Yeah, and if I click right here, we're gonna change the value to 0 as well as to the customer. Alright guys, now we're gonna fix the validation error on this form. Then we're gonna move to the customer trip page. We are going to create the customer trip page where the customer can see his trip. Now let's fix the error real quickly and then we're gonna move to the next task. In here, you can see if we head in the welcome page, we have a function book taxi. And once we click on it, we are going to call that function store customer location. Yeah, we're gonna call first the validate book taxi form. Yeah, is in here inside the map store is where we run the validation against the form. Now in here you can see if the vehicle.value is null, we are going to resolve false, else true. Yeah, you can see here the latitude and longitude can be undefined and we can resolve here false, but if here we have selected a vehicle, we are going to resolve true. That's why we are returning resolve. Now what we are going to do, I'm going to create right here and pass let error is equal to 0. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to pass here if we have an error, pass here error plus plus. And then I'm going to get it of resolve here true. And here I'm pass here error plus plus. And here I'm going to remove resolve. And here I'm going to make another check and pass here if the value of error is equal to 0. We are going to pass here resolve and pass here resolve true. Yeah, like this. And we just fixed the error. Now we're going to try it again. Now let's head in the browser. I'm going to refresh the page here. And then here we are going to click right here. And also guys, I'm going to pass here a weight like this. A weight here, and then let's pass the taxi. If I click right here, please select vehicle or taxi, please select location and pass here Santa Barbara, and then I'm pass for the destination and pass here Montecito. Yeah, I'm pass here. Yeah, I can pass here Santa Barbara like this, and here I'm pass Santa. Let me pass here. Yeah, I'm gonna pass here this one. And here I'm passing Montecito like this. And then we're going to try it again. And here I'm going to wait a bit. We got Montecito right here. And then here I'm gonna click book taxi. Yeah, please select a vehicle taxi. And then here I'm gonna select a vehicle. We're going to move to the map. Yeah, you can see actually it works. If we go back to the home page, and you can see right here, I'm gonna try to click here again, book taxi, and then yeah, it works. But actually right here you can see that we don't select here taxi. And what I'm going to do, we can just here initialize the value of this reactive property customer location. We can just initialize the value if you want. After we just send this location, we can just pass here this, pass here destination. Yeah, I'm passing customer destination. That value is equal to an empty object, but also for the vehicle, pass here vehicle ID. We can just pass here the value is equal to now. And once we move to the map, to the customer map page, we are going to select this field again. And here, let's move here. And here, yeah, you can see, please select a taxi or vehicle, please select a location. We just fixed the error. Now let's create another page here, which is the trip page, where we're going to display a trip of a customer. Yeah. And what I'm going to do, we are going to move right here. And here, I'm going to insert the admin folder and pass here trip. We're going to put in the component folder, pass here component, yeah, like this. And in it, I'm going to pass in trip page view. And what I'm going to do, you can see, we got a folder right here, notification folder. I'm going to copy customer table. I'm going to copy this data. I'm going to copy it. And then we're going to create another component inside the trip folder. I'm going to name it customer table view. We're going to put in this value. We're going to use the same value here, guys, that we pass here. Yeah, you can see this is the driver. I'm going to copy this table and then I'm going to put it inside the trip page. The customer needs all this information. Now I'm going to paste all this information in here. And then what we are going to do, we are going to head in again inside the notification folder. I'm going to get into the driver notification.vue file. I'm going to copy all the content and then I'm going to put it inside the trip folder. Yeah, trip page, put it here. And then we are going to, yeah, everything is okay right here. And let me check right here. Yeah. And in here, just import it right here. I'm going to head in right here. You can see this is the customer table, customer notification. And here I'm going to copy this data. I'm going to pass it inside the trip page like this. Now here we are going to pass here my trip. Yeah, the customer can see trips here, my trips. Yeah. And then here we're going to head in the sidebar.vue file. We're going to create another menu. And here, what I'm going to do here, you can see we have a payment icon. And then I'm going to copy this. We're going to pass here trips like this. And then I'm pass here the trip icon. I got the trip icon inside the components icons. You can see I got it right here, trip icon. You're going to see what it is. And in here, I'm going to pass here, yeah, everything and pass it trips like this. And here, everything is okay, guys. Now we're going to import the trip page inside the router. Let's head in the router. I'm not heading. In here, we're going to copy this. And then we're going to pass here trips. And then we're going to get in the trip folder. And then you're going to pass here the trip page. Now let's add semicolon. Now let's head in the browser. And then we are going to check right here. We are going to refresh the page. Right here, you can see this is the customer. And then I'm going to move inside the trip here. The trip page. You can see this is the trip page. And then you can see my trip. And we have the customer. The customer can see his location, destination. You can see the vehicle, the taxi. He can see the selected taxi, the distance, and the total price, and the trip status. Now we're going to add right here a button. We're gonna ask the customer to pay. Now we're going to add here another button. We're gonna ask the customer to pay. I'm going to head in here. I'm gonna copy this button right here. We're gonna add in the customer table. and I'm gonna pass it right here. Let's move inside the trip folder. Here we got the trip table, and then I'm pass here this bar, and we're gonna pass here pay. Let's see what we got right here, pay, like this. We are going to use Stripe for handling payments. And also guys, you can see here on the menu, if I move to the home page, we don't see if we select read on the home page. We are going to select here something, and every time we are visiting a page, we are adding a class here. Let me show you. I'm gonna inspect here, and then you can see elements. This is an name tag, and let me move inside the sidebar view page, sidebar view, and we have here a list of menu. You can see we got right here. Let me show you. We have here router link, and then we pass a vehicle. We pass here payment, pass here vehicle, and here we pass users. We pass here the router link. The router link is a name tag. And then if I visit a given page, we are going to add a class here. Let me move. You can see router link active. Yeah, because the welcome page is active. I'm going to move to the trip page, and then you can see right here, this is the trip page. You can see this is the path right here, and router link active, router link exact active. And I'm going to add a class here so that we can see that we're on the trip page, we're on the payment page. Now I'm going to head in the submit text again. I'm going to copy this CSS code right here, and then I'm gonna put it inside the sidebar view file. I'm gonna pass it here at the bottom, and then let's head in the browser. You're gonna see right here that actually we pass here a BG. If we move to the vehicle page, we are going to know that we're on the vehicle page. If we move to the home page, we're gonna know that we're on the home page. Yeah, you can see it works pretty well. Now guys, we're going to work on the payments. Now guys, we're gonna hide the trip menu. You can see if I head in the new incognito window where we got the driver. This is the driver, and we don't want the driver to see this page. This page is reserved for the customer. Now I'm going to head in the sidebar view file, and in here I'm going to copy something like I'm going to scroll down, and then we are going to make a check right here. You can see this is the profile page. I'm gonna go up again, and then I'm gonna copy this line here, and I'm going to pass it where we got the trip page. We are going to add here a check, and here we're gonna pass a visual user data that the user row is equal to customer. If the user row is equal to customer, we're gonna show up this page. And here I'm gonna pass here, I'm gonna copy here the customer row, and then I'm gonna scroll down. We are going to pass it right here, and then we are going to show the page here. And in this window, this is the customer. If I refresh the page here, and you can see we are going to show up the page here. You can see we got a menu, trip page, and here guys, and here if I head in inside the new incognito window, we are going to have a page. If I refresh the page here, and then boom, you can see that actually we don't show up the page. And here, if the customer passes, if the driver, you can see this is the driver. If the driver passes trips like this, he's gonna land on this page again. Now we are going to hide it. I'm going to head in the middleware. You can see we have the middleware folder, and then is admin. This is the middleware. I'm going to copy this data right here. I'm gonna create another middleware is a customer. Plus is customer.js, and then we're gonna pass this code here, and we are going to modify here is customer like this, and then I'm gonna import another row right here, customer row like this, and then I'm gonna copy it. I'm going to copy it. And then I'm pass it here. If the user row is equal to customer, we're gonna show up this page, and then we're going to head in the router. Let's head in the router is right here, and in here we have here the trips, and then I'm pass here a middleware. Let's see, we're going to pass here before enter, pass here another property which is before, and pass here before enter like this, and then I'm pass here the middleware is customer. Now let's import it. I'm gonna pass it right here. we are going to import, and pass it here. I'm gonna do this is customer, and then we're gonna import it there. And here, if we head in the new incognito window, we refresh the page, the driver here can't see the page again. Yeah, you can see the driver don't have access to that page because we just secured a page. Now we're going to go back here to the customer notification page. These are the menu that the driver can see. Yeah. Alright guys, now we're going to use Laravel Cashier package in order to handle the payment inside of our app. Before we start, I'm going to fix something right here. You can see on the trip page, in here, we are displaying right here the trip data of a given customer. Yeah, let me show you. You can see this. The customer is Chris. And if we get into the trip folder, I'm going to scroll down. Yeah, trip folder, trip page. And you can see we are adding this function gear customer location for driver. And if we head in the customer trip controller, in here, we are adding this function, get customer trip data for driver. And these functions return all data containing within the trips table. Yeah, and here you can see it returns all data containing within the trip table where the status is equal to pending. And what I'm going to do, I want to return only data that belongs to a particular customer, like Chris. Yeah, I want to return only data of Chris. Now, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to create here another function, this one. And then here, let me do this. And this function here, we are going to use it in order to return only data of a particular customer. And here you can see that here, the name of the function is get all trips for customer. And then I'm selecting only the data for a given customer. You can see we're going to get pending trips, completed or canceled trip. And then I'm going to return this data. Now we're going to move inside the API.php file. We're going to define an endpoint. And in here, I'm going to uncomment this. Yeah, I've already do that. And here we're going to add this function, all customer trips. And then we are going to add a function, get all trips for customer. And what we're going to do inside the trip folder, let's head in. In here, we are not going to call that function anymore, but instead we're going to define another one. Now we're going to move inside the map store, and we have this function. I'm not defining another one right here, and get all customer trips. And we just send right here the user ID. It means we are going to retrieve only the data of the logged in user inside the trip page. And I'm going to create a reactive property. And I'm going to move to the tab here. I'm going to pass here const. I'm going to name it all customer trip data is equal to ref. We're going to assign it an empty array. And I'm going to copy this function. We are going to pass it to the return statement. Let me pass it here. And I'm going to call the function get all customer trips like this. This is the name of the function. And we're going to head in the trip page. And in here, I'm going to pass here all customer trips. I retrieve the reactive property and I call a function like this. And then here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy the reactive property. I'm going to pass it to the customer table components like this. And then let's head in the browser. I'm going to refresh right here the page, and we're going to get data of this customer, which is Chris. Right here we are displaying only the data of a particular customer. Now we're going to install Laravel Cashier in order to initiate the payments. Go to laravel.com, type Laravel Cashier. And in here, we are going to start with the installation process. And here, you're going to tap this command in order to install it. You're going to tap this command in order to publish the migrations. You're going to tap this command in order to map these Laravel Cashier migrations inside the database. And that's all. And we're going to continue with the configuration. You're going to copy the street and add it inside the user model. Let me head in the user model. And here I'm going to scroll up. We got the user model right here. You're going to add the billable treat and pass it here. We are going to continue. And here I'm going to, we are going to copy these two right here, app service provider. You're gonna copy this line. You're gonna copy this line right here, and then you're gonna add it inside the app service provider. Now let me head in the app service provider, and in here we have here the providers, app service provider. I've already added it right here, and I imported the user model, and then you're gonna do Cashier use customer model, and then you're gonna pass here the user model like this. Now what I'm going to do next right here, we're gonna go inside of our app. In here we are going to, first of all, we are going to create, you're gonna create a Stripe account. Create a Stripe account. And once you're on the dashboard here, let me show you something. Once you're on the dashboard, you can see at the bottom left right here, I got developers. I'm going to reduce the zoom. At the bottom left right here, you're gonna see where I'm moving the cursor. You're gonna click developers, the bottom left, and here you can see API key. You're gonna move there, and then you're gonna copy your API key there, guys. And once you just copy your API key, guys, you're gonna head in the env file right here. Let me do this, and I'm going to head in inside the env file right here, and then you're gonna create right here, you're gonna pass here the Stripe key and the Stripe secrets. You got them inside the Stripe dashboard, and here you're gonna click on developers, and here let me click there again so that you can see. And then once here you're gonna get in API keys, and then you're gonna copy your keys, guys, and then you're gonna put it there. That's simple. Now we are going to move on to another task. We are going to create the payment controller. I'm going to head in right here, and here I'm tap this command to create the payment controller. PHP artisan make controller, and here I'll create the payment folder / payment passive payment controller, and then tap enter. And also we're gonna create the model. I'm tap PHP artisan make passive make model, and here the name of the model, I'm pass you payments here, payment -m like this, and then I'm going to tap enter. They're gonna create the model but also the migrations, and I got some fields right here. I'm gonna copy them, and we're going to head in the migrations folder. And here we got right here pages. I'm gonna move inside let me move up here. You can see database and migrations, and we're going to scroll down. You can see payments, and in here I'm going to pass here these columns: user ID, trip ID, vehicle ID, amount, currency, and payments, and pass here payments ID like this. And then we're going to tap PHP artisan migrate, and I'm going to head in inside the command prompt and tap here PHP artisan migrate like this, and then we just finished. PHP artisan migrate, and in here here I'm going to fix the error. PHP artisan migrate, and here what I'm going to do here, you can see here, and here duplicate column error. Column swap ID of relationship users already exists, and here I'm trying to remigrate the swap migrations. Let me show you. Once you tap this command right here, let me move it here. Once you tap this command PHP artisan vendor publish, you tap this command to publish a Laravel migrations. And in here, when I'm tapping PHP artisan migrate, they are trying to remigrate to create this table again. You can see we got subscriptions table. Subscriptions, this table are created by these commands of Laravel Cashier, and that's why I'm getting this error. Now, in order to migrate a single migration, we are going to tap this command, guys. And let me head in my subject text. You're gonna type PHP artisan migrate -- path. database migrations, and then you're gonna pass here the name of the migration. You can see I pass here the name of the migration, which is payments table, and then I'm going to head in my command prompt, and then I'm pass here this command tab inner, and then we are going to map the migration inside the database. And here, what I'm going to do next, I'm going to head in here. I'm going to create the payments page where we are going to display all payments made by the customer. And in here, I'm going to head in the source folder and pages, admin, and here we're going to create right here payment folder. And inside the payment folder, we're going to put in the payment page, pass it payment page .vue. And I'm gonna pass here the component folder, pass here components, and I'm gonna pass here the payment table, component payment table .vue, and I got a table inside my subject text. I'm going to copy it. I don't want to write it again, guys. I'm going to copy it, and then we're going to pass it inside the payment table. Yeah, here. We're going to pass it here. And also I'm going to copy data inside the tree page. I'm going to copy here something like this. And here I'm passing inside the payment page. And in here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to comment this. And I'm passing console.log here, and I'm going to, I'm going to comment all of this. And I'm going to import the payment table. I'm passing import payments table from the component folder / here payments, and then we're gonna pass it here. We're gonna pass here, and here we're gonna pass it payments, and here we're going to remove right now this prop. Now let's head in the payment table, and in here, everything is okay. We got a prop right here, payments, and here we have an event right here, refund. And in order to pay back the customer, you're gonna learn, you're gonna understand it later on. You're gonna understand about the refund functionality that we're gonna add in later on. And here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add the payment page inside the router. We are going to head in the router folder, and in here, I'm gonna scroll down, and I'm gonna copy this. And here we're gonna pass you payments like this. We're going to get into the payment folder, and then we're gonna pass you payment page. Payment page like this. And I'm gonna add here comma, and then I'm going to remove this middleware right here. Now here, let's head in right here. We got right here the payment page right here, payments, and we got it right here. You can see payments. And we are going to display the customer name, email, location, destination, taxi, model of the taxi, total price, and the status of payments and refunds in case you want to pay back the customer. Now guys, we are going to create a checkout form, and to do so, I'm going to head in right here. We're going to head in the views folder, and you can see views folder. We are going to put in a blade file, and in here and pass here the name of the file. We are going to pass you checkout form here underscore checkout form .blade here .php, and then I'm gonna put in the contents. I'm going to explain you exactly how it works. Don't worry, I'm gonna explain everything. Now we are going to get into the payment controller. In here, I'm going to create a function view checkout form. We're going to use this function in order to render out the checkout form page. And you can see inside the view checkout, I'm requesting the trip code. And the trip code is going to be another column that we're going to add inside the customer trip model. And when we created the customer trip model, we didn't add this column. And you may be wondering, what is the trip code? The trip code is going to be another column where we are going to put in a random unique code that we are going to use in order to retrieve trip data. You can see here in the trip page, we have a button right here, pay. Once the customer click on this button, we are going to redirect the user on a page like this and pass here, checkout form like this. and then we're gonna pass here the trip code. Yeah, the trip code. And via the trip code, we're gonna use it in order to retrieve the data. We can use the ID right here, but the ID here is easy to guess. That's why I prefer a random unique code. And to generate a random unique code, I'm going to copy this function and I'm going to put it inside the customer trip model right here. I'm gonna pass it here, and I'm gonna say it's gonna be a public static function. And to use it, I'm gonna copy it first, and then we're going to head in the custom trip controller. We are going to scroll down, and in here we have a store custom trip. I'm going to pass it to the array right here, and here is we already run this query in order to add the column, and then I'm gonna copy it, and then I'm going to pass it to the array right here like this. Yeah, like this, and I'm passing the trip code. And then I'm going to let me do this. I'm gonna copy it, and then I'm passing customer trip like this, and then I'm passing there like this. And then once we just created a new trip, we are going to generate a random unique code. Yeah, let's check the function again. You can see we pass here the time function to get the current time. And then we pass here empty rand to generate a random code between these two numbers. And then we are going to return right here the trip code and pass the trip code like this. I'm gonna copy it and then I'm pass it there, and everything is okay. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add the trip code column inside the migration. We're going to scroll down. We're gonna get into database migrations. And also I'm gonna pass here, you can see custom trip table. We are going to add a column right here. It's gonna be a string, and then pass a trip code like this. And there we go, we just finished. Now we're going to go back inside the payment controller. Let me go back here. And in here, once we just get the trip code, we are going to select the data inside the customer trip model. And if the customer trip variable is contain data, we are going to be redirected to the checkout form. And here I'm passing compact. We are going to pass the page data, pass here compact like this. And here I'm passing customer trip. And also we're gonna pass here the trip code, and here, yeah, we can pass here the customer trip, and via the customer trip variable we can retrieve also the trip code like this. I'm going to remove that, and I'm going to pass here the public key and pass here public key like this, and then we're gonna pass here env function, and then we're gonna pass here strap here and pass here strap, and then we're gonna pass here the strap key, which is the public key. And here I'm going to pass it to the compare function and pass it here. And then here, now we are going to head in the web.php file, and then we're gonna eat the function in order to render the checkout form file. And here, what I'm going to do, I'm gonna head in the web.php file, and we're going to import first the payment controller, and then in here, I'm going to do this. And pass here the name of the function, and then in here let's pass here this path. I'm gonna copy the checkout form path, and then I'm gonna pass it here. We're gonna pass here get like this, and everything is okay. Now we are going to head in the trip page. You can see actually we haven't yet added here a logic for the button. I'm going to head in the trip page. And in here, we are going to head in first the customer table, and then we are going to define in an event, pass your const emit is equal to define emit. We're gonna pass a view checkout form, pass a view checkout form like this, and then I'm gonna copy that event. We're going to move to the button here at the bottom, and here I'm passing on click. We are going to pass emit, and then we are going to pass here, and then I'm gonna copy it here, and we're gonna pass here the trip code column, and also we are going to add the trip code inside the query. We are going to go back right here inside the customer trip here, and we have a query right here. Yeah, Gator trips for customer. And in here, I'm going to pass here another column. Yeah, we just select it. You can see we pass here customer trips and then dot all. Yeah, we just select all columns. Yeah, like this. And then we are going to go back right here inside the trip page. And then in here, we are going to create a function. And here I'm pass it here function, and then view, we're gonna pass here function view checkout form, and then we're gonna pass the trip code is parameter, and then I'm gonna pass here window that location that href, and here we're gonna import the app objects and pass here the app objects. Yeah, like this. That we're gonna pass here the base URL, and then / we are going to pass this. Let me pass this. I'm passing the checkout form here, and then the checkout form, and then I'm passing the trip code is equal to the trip code. I'm passing trip code. Yeah, like this, and then we are going to return the data. And now I'm gonna pass the function to the we're gonna pass it to the customer table. Pass it here like this. Click. Now, if we head in the browser and we click on the pay button, we are going to be redirected on the checkout form. And here, let me show you something. If we head in, we go back inside the payment controller. You can see in here, we are checking here if the customer trip variable is now. If it's not, we are going to be redirected on 44 page. And here, as actually we don't got the data inside the trip column. If we pass here select trip code from here and pass it from customer trips, and then you can see here that actually we don't got data right here. You can see the trip column doesn't contain data. Let me select also. I'm gonna select also the user ID. You're gonna see, yeah, you can see we have here inside the trip column we don't got data, but inside the user ID column we got data. And as actually we don't got data inside the trip code, what I'm going to do, I'm going to update that column. I'm gonna pass here a random ID. Yeah, this one. I'm gonna pass it there. I'm tap enter. Yeah, let me fix the error right here. And here I'm going to pass here. I'm gonna update the column like this, and then I'm going to run the query again. Yeah, like this, and you can see that actually we got data. We got a random code. Now in here, if I refresh the page, we are going to get the code right here, the trip code. And if I click on the pay button, you're gonna see we are going to be redirected on the checkout form. You can see we got right here the checkout form. And here we got an object here. Let me check here. Yeah, we made a mistake here, guys. We should pass here the event, which is the view checkout form. That's why we got the error, and we just fix it. And here I'm going to uncomment. I'm gonna remove this, and these two I should pass here the trip code here, and then I'm going to refresh the page again. And now we are going to click right here, pay, and then we're going to be redirected on the checkout form. And you can see this is the checkout form and everything is okay. And here we're going to pass you the car number, the expiration date of the car, and here we're gonna pass you the verification code. Alright guys, now I'm going to explain you the code behind the checkout form. I'm going to head in the checkout form. And in here, I'm using Tailwind CSS to style the UI. And here you can see I pass here an H2, and then the title is secure payment. And here I'm passing here an image tag, and we got a logo of Stripe inside the image folder. And we have here a form tag, and in it we got a div tag with a car element where we put Stripe elements. And I'm using the Stripe.js library in order to insert in Stripe elements. This is what I pass here. This is the link of the Stripe.js library, and then this is the code we use in order to insert the Stripe elements inside the div. And I'm going to move to the doc of Laravel.com, and in here You can see here it says this. The strap.js library may be used to attach a strap element to the form and securely guard the customer payment details. Yeah, I don't invert something, guys. I'm using what it says in the doc. You can see this is the strap.js library that I'm using in the checkout form. And at the bottom right here, I just do card amount and then I just insert strap elements inside this div right here. And once we are going to click on the button, we are going to make an HTTP request to the server in order to make the payment. And here, payment form that add event listener, I just added an event. And here we are going to make an HTTP request right here if everything goes pretty well. And then here, I'm going to show you something. Here we have a button, and after the button, we have here a p tag. We're going to show errors and another div to show the loading indicator when we are going to make an HTTP request to the server. That's all, guys. Now I'm going to head in the payment controller. In here you can see we pass here the strap code and public key. We pass the strap code and here the customer trade variable, and we pass them to the checkout form w.php file. Now we're going to head in. I'm gonna copy them. And then I'm going to display right here. I'm gonna create here another input, and the tab is gonna be hidden. And here are the attributes. I'm pass here public key, and here I'm pass here the value, and then I'm pass it here public key like this. I'm going to pass the public key to the strap object right here, and here I'm going to do this cons, and then I'm pass here public and pass a strap key is equal to document that query selector, and then here I'm pass here public key, and then I'm do strap key and pass it here to this object that value like this. And I'm going to wait until they just loaded all the HTML to select that input. I'm going to copy all of that. I'm gonna copy all of that here, and then here let me do this first. I'm going to copy all of that, and then I'm gonna put it inside another event. Now copy that and pass a document that add event listener, and then here I'm pass here DOM content loaded like this, and here I'm going to pass in the code. Yeah, I'm passing the code, and like this. Yeah, like this, we just pass you the key, and here I'm going to pass you the amount. Now I'm going to do this. We're going to go back inside the payment controller. I'm gonna copy here in our variable. I'm gonna copy in our variable, which is the customer trip. I'm gonna copy it, and in here we are going to do this. Let's go inside the checkout form, and in here I'm pass it here. And in here, I'm going to display the total price like this. And here you can see we got right here the total price. And yeah, let me check. I'm going to head in the browser. I'm going to refresh the page in order to see what we got right here. And here you can see this is the total price. Now here we are going to make an HTTP request to the server. And here, yeah, here we specify the payment method. We're using the car, and here I'm checking if we got errors. We're going to display errors. If we don't got any error, I'm going to use the getUseData function that we got right here in order to retrieve the token inside the local storage. Yeah, this is the function we already created. And then here I just retrieve the token from the local storage. I pass it here, and then I pass here another input, which is the CSRF token. Now what I'm going to do next here, I'm going to pass here the trip code. This is the data that we're gonna send from the server, the trip code. And here I'm passing trip code, that value. I'm going to create that element, trip code. I'm do this trip code, and also we are going to send the amount and pass here total price, that value like this. Now I'm going to go to the tab, and then I'm going to create these two elements here. I'm going to start here. Yeah, I'm gonna pass it right here. I'm gonna do this const here and pass it trip code is equal to document.query selector, and then I'm passing trip code. And here I'm gonna create another element which is the total price like this, and then here I'm passing total price. And we're going to move to the tab here. I'm going to copy this. We're gonna create two inputs, and I'm gonna copy the total price here. I'm going to pass it here, and here I'm passing total price, and here I'm going to pass here. Yeah, this is the total price like this, and we're gonna pass also the trip code. Pass here trip code like this, and here we're gonna pass here the trip code. Trip code like this. This is the data that we're gonna send from the server, and you can see that actually everything is okay. Everything is working pretty well, and we are going to create an endpoint inside the web.php, which is the pay endpoints. We run it pivot pause. Yeah, the code is simple right here, and if the payment pass, we are going to display this message, else we are going to display an error. Yeah, everything is simple. Now let's head in the web.php file, and then I'm going to create right here this root pause, it's pivot pause, and the endpoint pay. We are going to either function inside the payment controller, which is the pay function. Now, and here you can see I'm using the middleware of Sanctum. I'm saying that this endpoint is going to be secured by Laravel Sanctum. Now I'm going to head in the payment controller, and in here I got a function right here, which is, yeah, I got it right here, the pay function. I'm going to explain you everything right here. I'm pass it here, and I'm going to import some class here like the auth. I'm gonna import the DB class like this, and then here we are going to retrieve first of all we are going to do this. First of all, we are going to retrieve the data of the logged in user. Then I'm gonna check if we don't find the data, we are going to return this message, user not found. And here I'm going to create a Stripe customer ID. You can see when we install Laravel Cashier, we tap PHP artisan migrate, we created a column right here. We have added a column inside the users table. Let me show them. Pass a select star from users, and then tap inner. You can see right here we have here some columns added by Laravel Cashier library, and we have here the Stripe ID, the PM type here, the PM last for, and the trial inserts. These are columns added by Laravel Cashier library. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do this first. First of all, we are going to pass you the amount, and pass you the amounts here, and pass you amount like this is equal to request here, and pass you amount, and is equal to request here amount. And here I'm going to do this and pass here float var, yeah, like this, and then I'm passing the amount. We need to make sure is an integer, and then I'm passing here times 100, yeah, times 100, yeah, like this. And then we are going to pass that variable right here. I'm going to explain you later on why I pass here 100. Now here I'm using this function right here, user charge. Yeah, we got this function from the billable trait. Yeah, and because here, let's head in the user model. I'm gonna pass it here, user model. I'm gonna import it here, and here I'm going to explain you why we pass their charge. Now you can see when we install Laravel Cashier, we added right here trait billable, and inside this trait we got this function which is the charge. And if we go to the doc here of Laravel Cashier and pass you charge, yeah, payment methods for single charge, and here we have here a function. Yeah, I'm going to look for it. Yeah, we got it here at the bottom. Yeah, I'm going to do this and pass here. You can pass here user, and then we're going to pass here charge like this. This is the function that we pass here. Yeah, you can see the charge method accepts an array and its third argument, allowing you to pass any options. And this is the function that I use in order to charge the customer, in order to make a single payment. And if you want to learn about subscriptions, you can go check out this video. And here I'm going to continue here. And here, guys, yeah, we just pass it the amount. And here I just pass it an array and return euro. Yeah, we're going to move once the payment succeed, we're going to move to the payment succeed endpoints that we're going to create inside the web.php file. Is right here. We're going to move to this page right here. I can just pass here DVD and say payment, pass here payment succeed like this. And then we're gonna go back inside the payment controller. And here, once we just charge the customer, we are going to get the data in the customer trip table using the code here. And pass here the trip code. Trip code is equal to, I'm gonna pass here is equal to request, and then I'm pass here the trip code here like this. And here I'm going to copy this, and we are going to pass it here. I'm going to check if here, let me pass it trip code. We are going to retrieve data inside the customer trip using the trip code, and we're gonna use this data in order to insert inside the payment table the user ID, the trip ID, the vehicle ID, the amounts of the trip, the currency, and the payment ID. And here, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to check if we got data right here. If is not null, yeah, I'm gonna pass it here like this, and then I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna pass it here, and in here we're going to do this custom trip data. We're gonna pass it here, and then we are going to retrieve the user and pass it the user ID, yeah, like this. And then I'm gonna copy it. We're gonna pass it here, here, and here. Yeah, here we're gonna pass here the amount, and here we're gonna pass here the vehicle ID. Here we're gonna pass it the trip and pass here the trip, yeah, and pass here the trip ID, yeah, like this. And here the currency and pass here USD. This is the default currency that we're gonna use. And the payment ID, we're gonna retrieve it from the payment instance. I'm gonna copy it, and then we're gonna pass here the payment, and pass here the payment ID. Yeah, let me pass here. Yeah, we're gonna do this. Yeah, like this. We're gonna pass here the payment, pass here the payment ID. Yeah, like this. Yeah, everything is okay. And then we are going to change the trip status. Once we just make the payment, we just inserted inside the payment table, we're gonna change the trip status to, we are going to do this. I'm gonna pass here customer trip, and here we're gonna say where. I can just copy this again here. I'm gonna copy this, and then we're gonna pass here where the code, and then we're gonna change, we're gonna pass here update, and then we're gonna pass here the trip status. Yeah, let me head in first. I'm going to head in the trip control, the customers, and here I'm gonna pass here the trip status column, completed status, like this. And here I'm going to return this message right here, like pay success through payments, and we're gonna return also the payment intent, like this. And here I'm going to copy all of that. I'm gonna put it inside a transaction, and a transaction allows to make sure that the raw query succeed. Yeah, this is the purpose of using a transaction. If you're processing multiple queries at the same time inside a function, it's better to use a transaction. Now I'm going to copy all of that, and then I'm gonna put it inside a transaction. we're gonna copy that, and then I'm pass here return here db, and then I'm pass here transaction, and here we're gonna pass here function. Yeah, we're gonna pass here callback, and here I'm going to pass here the request, and here I'm pass here callback like this, and then here I'm say use and pass here request like this, and then we're gonna pass in the code here like this, and everything is okay. Now before we try this, I'm going to fix some errors here. I'm gonna remove this semicolon, and also we're going to add another column inside the payments, inside the payment table, and which is the payment status. Pass it the payment status, and here we're going to create two constants inside the payment model, and we're gonna pass here succeed and cancelled, and I'm gonna copy that, and then I'm passing, and then I'm gonna pass here the status and pass here payment, and then here I'm pass here succeed like this, and I'm going to import the payment model inside the payment control and pass it payment, and then we import it, and also we're gonna add a column inside the payment table and pass the alter table payments here add. You're gonna pass the add here payment status like this, varchar the type, and then here I'm passing 200. Yeah, like this 200. Yeah, 200, and then I'm tap enter. And also we're going to modify the migrations. I'm going to head in the migrations folder. We have here payments, and I'm gonna copy that. We're gonna pass here payment status like this. Now let's go back inside the payment controller, and now I'm going to explain you why I multiply the amount by 100. And let me explain it. I'm going to head in my subject text. If you charge your customer, let's say you charge your customer $10, Stripe will charge here 0.1 if you don't multiply the amount by if you don't multiply the amount by 100. And here, let's say I charge here $12. In order Stripe charge the customer $12, you should multiply this amount by 100. I think you get the idea. You can make more research about it. And here you can see I'm gonna copy this amount. I'm going to pass it here. Yeah, I'm pass it here. Or yeah, we're gonna pass it there. And then we're going to head in the browser, and then we're gonna try this. And here I'm going to head in right here, and I'm going to refresh the page, and then we're gonna try to make a payment because everything is okay right here. Yeah, everything is okay. Now I'm going to make the payments, and here let me check here. Yeah, here we got an error. We should pass here the ID because the payment intent returns an object, and it doesn't contain the payment ID but instead the ID. And here I'm gonna do this. I'm going to head in my subject text. I'm gonna copy a number right here that yeah, this is the number that we're gonna use for testing purpose for the car number. We're gonna use this one 4242, and we're gonna pass it here. And here I'm going to pass here, we're gonna pass here the car expiration date and pass it here, pass it 12/27, and here I'm passing 123, and here the zip code. I can just pass this one, and then I'm gonna click pay, and then you're gonna see what we're gonna get right here. We are making a payment, and then we're gonna wait a bit. You can see payment successful. Yeah, the payment passed. And then I'm going to head in the Stripe dashboard, and in here you're gonna see right here that inside the transactions menu, you're gonna see that actually the payment passed. Yeah, it works. You can see this is the amount. This is what I told you. If you charge this amount, you should multiply it by 100. Now let's check again. In here, I'm going to pass here 12. Yeah, let me pass here 12 again. And here, I'm gonna pass here 12. Yeah, let's say 12.5, and here I'm pass here 12.5 like this. Yeah, 12.5 like this, and then we're gonna try it again. And in here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to head in first I'm gonna head in inside my database, and then here I'm going to truncate the payment table because we got data. You can see select start from payments. We got data here, and you can see this the amount. I'm going to truncate and pass a truncate table. I'm gonna remove all the data, payments, and then I'm tap inner. Now let's make another payment. And in here, you can see this is the amount. I pass it 12.5. And then we're going to try it again. Here you can see we are going to charge the customer $12.5. And here, let me try it again. We are going to move here. And I'm going to click here, pay. You're going to see what we're going to charge the customer. Once the payment finish, and we're going to payment successful, and then here we're going to head in the transaction menu, and then I'm gonna click right here. You're gonna see I'm gonna refresh the page here, and then you're gonna see the amounts. Yeah, you can see that actually charged the customer $12.5. Yeah, this is the amount that we charge to the customer. And we have here the payment method, which is the car, which is the Visa car, and the payment description, and other information and other details about the payments. Now guys, as we already finished processing the payments and it works pretty well, I'm going to redirect back to the tree page, and I'm going to move inside the tree page here. Yeah, we got the tree page, the tree folder, and also we have here a component which is the customer table. And in here, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make a check here and pass the if directive. And here I'm gonna pass the trip status. And we're gonna check if the trip status is equal to pending. We are going to show this. We're gonna show this span tag. Else we are going to show this one on pass green. And here the column pass here 6,000. And here I'm not remove this. Yeah, like this. And also we are going to hide here this button. If the trip status is equal to pending, is equal to completed, like this, we are going to pass here. We're gonna pass here false. We're gonna pass here false. We're gonna return false, else true. And let's try this. And here you can see that actually right here I'm going to move here to the right here to the tree page, and you can see that actually right here got right here completed, and we don't show up the payments button. I'm going to refresh the page, and here completed, and here I'm going to pass here this. I'm pass here VLs here VIF, and we are going to show this VLs this. And let me check here. And here we are going to do this. Pass here is equal to pending. We are going to show this span tag. Else we are going to show this one. And here I'm going to check again. And here I'm going to refresh the page. And we got right here completed. And here BG green and pass here 4. And here, let me check again. You can see we got right here completed. It works. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to display payment data inside the payment page. And I'm going to copy this query right here. I've already written it. And I've already taught you how to create an inner journey using the DB class. And let's head in the payment controller. We're going to pass it here. And here I just select data from the payment table, and then I make right here I make here an inner journey. I do users payment at user ID is equal to users that use.id, vehicles that's payment vehicle ID is equal to vehicle ID. You get the idea. It's pretty simple, guys. And then we are going to return data. Now I'm going to move inside the API.php file, and here we are going to eat the payments, this function, the payment endpoint, and then we're gonna get the data, and make sure you import the payment controller. And here, let me try this endpoint right here and pass the API/payments. And then boom, we got data, and I'm gonna copy this data, and here we're going to move here inside the payment folder right here. Yeah, we got the payment folder, and here we have the payment table, and then I'm going to pass this data here. And we have here a payments prop is an array. We are going to iterate through it and pass here v4, and then I'm passing payments in payments, yeah, like this. And then we're gonna pass here the key, and pass here the key is the payment, here payment ID, yeah, like this. And for the first column is gonna be the payment ID, pass payment ID like this. And we're going to pass here the payment ID, yeah, and pass here payment, yeah, payment like this, that's payment ID. And we're going to pass here the customer name, email. Let me check here. And here we got the username, and here we got the username only. And I'm gonna copy this, I'm gonna pass it here username, and here we're gonna pass it the email. Actually, we don't got the email, we're gonna pass the location, destination. Let me check here. We got the destination address, yeah, we got the location address and the destination address. And here I'm going to jump this field. This field is reserved for the email, this is email. And here I'm gonna pass here this column, I'm going to copy the location address, yeah, like this. I'm gonna pass it here, and here I'm gonna pass it destination address like this. Yeah, here we're gonna pass it destination, and also we're going to pass here the taxi and the model. Let me check here again. Yeah, we are going to pass here, yeah, the taxi name and the model. And here I'm gonna pass here, I'm gonna copy this again. We're gonna pass here the taxi name, pass here taxi name, and here we're gonna pass it taxi model. And again, we're going to continue. And here we already passed this. Yeah, let me check. Model, the total price, yeah, and the payment status. And here we're gonna pass here the taxi model. And here we're gonna pass it the total price. Here, let me check if we got it here. Yeah, we got right here the total price. Let me check. Yeah, we got the total price is there. And here we're gonna pass the total, we're gonna pass total price. And here we're gonna pass here $sign. And also we're going to pass the payment status. Pass a payment status like this. And here we are going to pass here payment status. Let me check if we got it right here. Yeah, we have here the payment status. Yeah, I'm gonna copy it, and then we're going to pass it here. Yeah, payment. Yeah, we're gonna pass here payment, pass it payment. Yeah, payment, that's payment status like this. And okay, everything is okay. Now we're going to create, now I'm going to import the payment table inside the payment page. In here, we're gonna pass it here. We already import it, but instead we're gonna create the payment store. I'm not heading the source folder, and in here we're gonna pass here pass payments like this, and I'm gonna pass in the payment store. Yeah, payment store.js, and we're gonna put in the content. This is the payment store, and here we have the payment data, the loading reactive property, and this function allows to eat the payment endpoints and in order to get the data. And now I'm going to go ahead and go back inside the payment page, and I'm going to import the use payment store. Now let's head in the payment page. In here, I'm going to do this. I'm gonna get rid of this, and here I'm passing cons, and we're gonna pass it payment store. Payment store is equal to use payment store. We import it, and then in here I'm going to get access to the function and pass it here. and then we are going to call the function payment, and like this. And also we are going to extract a property right here, which is the payment data. I'm gonna copy it, and we can just pass the payment, and pass the payment like this. This is the prop, and then we're gonna pass the payment store. That's payment data. And then we're going to move inside the browser, and then we're gonna check here, and here you can see actually we got a payment right here, and here we have here the customer name, and here email. We don't display the email. And here what I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of the email. We're gonna stay with the name. And here I'm going to do this. We're gonna go back inside the payment table, and then I'm gonna get rid of the email column. And here we are going to remove it right here to have a space here. Like this. You can see this is the payment ID, and here the name of the customer is Chris, location, destination, and here this is the payment that the user Chris has made. Alright guys, now we're gonna work on the refund button, and in here you can see that actually right here we got 2 payments. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to delete this data, and then we are going to make another payment, and we are going to cancel the payment. This is what we're gonna do. First, I'm going to head in my SQL database and pass here truncate table here and pass here payment like this, and then tap enter. We are going to remove the data. Like this. We don't got data here, and then we are going to head in here. We are going to head in the payment controller, and in here I'm going to create here another function. I'm gonna name it here refund. And here we just check if we are going to check here if the user is authenticated. And then here we are going to call the function refund, and then we're going to pass here the payment ID. And here I'm going to copy this, and then I'm going to pass this here, and here I'm pass here the payment ID like this. And then we are going to refund the user. We're gonna send back the money to the customer. And in here guys, you can see if we go to Laravel.com, and here Laravel Cashier, on the section refunding charges, and here it says if you need to refund the Stripe charge, you may use the refund method. This method accepts the Stripe payment intent ID as its first argument. And here, we are going to call the refund function, and then we're going to pass it the payment ID. This is what we're going to do only. And then we are going to send back the money to the customer. And here, I'm going to do this. You can see we just pass here refund. We pass here, just the payment ID. This is what it says we should pass there, the payment ID only. And here we are going to pass here, we are going to change the status of the payment inside the payment table, and where the ID. And then here I'm going to copy the status here, and here I'm gonna pass it here. I'm pass here cancelled. Like this. And then we're going to return a message to the user here. Let me copy this here, and then I'm going to pass it here. Like this. And here I'm going to say this. We're going to pass a message, and then we're going to pass here payment refund. Like this. Payment refund successfully. And then we are going to, this is the only message that we're going to send to the user like this. Now we're going to head in the API of the PHP, and then we're going to create in an endpoint. And here I'm going to scroll down, API.php file. And here we have the payment controller here. I'm going to copy that. And here I'm passing payments. I'm passing refund. I'm passing payments /refund like this. And then we're going to use the post-HTTP verb. And here we're going to use the function refund. Now we're going to head in the payment table. I'm going to define in an event here. We got an event here, which is refund. We're going to go to the bottom here. And here I'm going to pass it here. I'm pass here on click event. We're going to pass emit. Then we're going to call the function refund. And then I'm going to pass here the payment object. We're going to head in the payment page here. And I'm going to create here a function. and we're gonna pass a refund. We're gonna pass the payment object, and here I'm gonna pass it here. Yeah, I'm passing refund is equal to refund function. And now we're going to head in the payment store. I'm not heading, and then I'm not creating an I'm going to creating a function. I'm gonna copy that. We're gonna pass it here, and here I'm saying this refund payments. Yeah, refund payments, and we're gonna use the post data function, post data, and here we're gonna pass a payment / refund, and we're gonna pass here the data. We are going to pass here the payments. We're gonna pass here the ID, which is the payment .id. Do this. We are going to pass a parameter to the refund payments. I'm pass here payments, and here we're gonna pass here the payment ID like this, and then here payment that, yeah, let me check the ID. Yeah, I think it's payment ID like this. Now let's check here, and here we got here, yeah, is the payments here, the payment ID, and we're going to go back inside the payment store, and here I'm gonna pass here, I'm gonna call a function success. We're gonna pass the data, that's message, and we're going to show a message here like this. Everything is okay. Now I'm going to pass this function here to the return statement. We are going to go back inside the payment page here, payment page, and here I'm gonna pass you a sync here, a sync, and here we're gonna pass here the payment. We're gonna pass the payments and pass here a wait, and then the payments. We're gonna pass a payment store. That's here we're gonna call the refund payments, and we're gonna pass the payment object. And I'm going to use here the Socialte here. If we move here, I'm gonna move here. You can see we have here helpers, and then we got a util.js file, and we have here a function. I'm gonna scroll down, and here yeah, we have the confirm deletion function, and here I'm going to use this function, but this time we are not going to delete something, and I'm going to, yeah, I'm not change here, I'm not duplicate it, and then I'm pass it here, and then we're gonna say, yeah, prompt, yeah, I'm gonna pass here, we're gonna give it another name. We're gonna say prompt user. Yeah, this is a better name, guys. And instead of using this one, we should use this one, prompt user. And here we're gonna pass here only a message here, and here I'm gonna pass here now the message, and then I'm going to call the prompt user function. Let's head in the payment page, and here pass you prompt. Yeah, we're gonna pass here prompt user, and then that. Then here we're gonna pass in a function, a callback, and in here we are going to pass you this, yeah, prompt user, and then I'm pass you, do you want to cancel? Yeah, do you want to refund the payment? Yeah, like this. And here I'm gonna pass here even a sync here, pass here a sync, yeah, a sync, yeah, a sync like this. And then in case we got an error, I'm gonna catch it and pass error. And then here we're gonna pass here console.log that, yeah, console.log error like this. And we just finished. Now we're gonna try this. And here I'm going to head in the browser. And in here, I'm going to make a payment here. Let me move here. We're going to move to the trip page. I'm gonna refresh the page here. And you can see the actual status of the trip is pending. I just changed it. And here you can see this total price. Now let me check here. We are going to move inside the payment controller, and then I'm gonna check something here. And here we have here the amount. Yeah, this is the amount. And here let me check here customer trip, and we pass the, yeah, I'm gonna head in the views folder. I'm going to check in something here. We got views folder, and then check out form.php, and in here we pass here the total price. Everything is okay. Now we are going to we're gonna try to pay this amount right here, 200. This is the total price. Yeah, okay. I'm going to click pay, and then we are going to see the amount. Yeah, you can see this, the amount that we're gonna pay here. And here I'm gonna pass here the car number. Yeah, for testing purpose. Let me copy it here. Yeah, this is the car number that we use. This is the car number that we use for testing purpose. I'm gonna pass it here, and here I'm passing the expiration date of the car. And for the year, you should pass the year which is greater than the active year. And here I'm passing 27123, and here I'm passing a zip code. And then I'm going to head in the console in order to check if we got an error. Now let me check. Yeah, here I'm going to make a transaction. I'm gonna click pay, and then we're going to make a payment, and we are going to wait a bit here. Yeah, the payment passed, and then we're going to be redirected on the trip page. Yeah, you can see the trip status right now is completed. And now I'm gonna head in the dashboard here, and we are going to see we have here a payment. I'm gonna refresh the page here, and here I'm going to check here. We are going to wait a bit. Yeah, you can see, yeah, the payment passed, and this is the amount. You can see we got right here 200. Yeah, this is 2,703.96 cents. Yeah, the payment passed successfully. And here you can see this is the amount here. Let me move inside of our app. You can see we just pay this amount. And yeah, this is the amount that we got right here. Everything is working pretty well. Now I'm going to refund this payment. We need to see something like this, refund. Yeah, we need to change the status automatically. Now I'm going to go back inside of our app, and here we're going to move to the payment page. And here you can see we have here payment which is passed. And here I'm going to click refund. Yeah, are you sure? Do you want to refund the payment? I'm going to click confirm here. And here we got a message, and I don't know here if we just refund the payment. And here I'm gonna move inside the network tab because we don't see the message here. And here I'm gonna pass here refund. Yeah, we have an error. And here I'm gonna move here. You can see user not found. And here, yeah, user not found. Yeah, I'm going to remove that. And here we shouldn't pass it here. Yeah, I'm gonna remove that. And yeah, we are going to remove it inside the refund function. Yeah, I'm going to remove that here. And here, yeah, we shouldn't remove it. I'm gonna check here. You can see user not found. And we are going to check here if the user is authenticated. And here I'm going to go back here. You can see here, if we head in the API.php file, let me head in inside the web.php file. Yeah, API. Yeah, I'm not heading the web.php file, and then I'm going to copy this middleware right here, and then I'm gonna pass it here. And pass it here. Yeah, and then we are going to check again. I'm gonna click here. Yeah, I'm gonna click again refund, and then I'm click confirm here. Yeah, it seems. Yeah, it works. Yeah, we got an error. Yeah, not now violation. User ID of relation payment violation. Yeah, we have an error here. We are going to fix it. And here we are going to pass here update instead of insert. So pass here update, pass update. And then we are going to change the status. I'm gonna click again here, refund. Yeah, confirm. And then we are going to get a message here. Yeah, charge has been, yeah, the charge has already been refunded. Yeah, we got a message from Stripe. If we go inside the Stripe dashboard and we refresh the page here, you're gonna see that this transaction right here has been refunded. Now, let me refresh the page here. I'm going to refresh the page, and here I'm gonna click here, refunds. And then we're going to see here, I'm gonna click refunds here, and then you can see that this transaction has been refunded. Yeah, Alright guys, now gonna be talking about leaflet.marker.slide2 plugin. We're going to use this plugin in order to move a marker on the map. And here you're gonna go to leaflet.com, and then let me go to the tab here. I'm gonna move to the tab, and in here you can see plugins. Click here, and then you're gonna pass here leaflet.marker.slide2. This is right here. Once you click here, they're going to redirect you. It's gitlab.com, and here you can see this is the package. This is the plugin. Click here and copy everything. Once you copy this, you're gonna put it inside a function. And here I've already copied. I'm pass here slide 2. Yeah, I'm pass here marker. Then I'm pass that slide 2.js. I'm putting the content. And in here you can see I just pass here a parameter to the animate marker function, and here the L right here we're gonna pass in leaflet. Yeah, do this. Once you do this, you're gonna get into the customer map page, and then in here I'm going to import that file right here. Pass import animate marker like this, and then I'm pass it here, and here I'm going to pass it right here, and then we're gonna pass here leaflet. Copy leaflet and then pass it here. Now let's head in the browser, and in here I'm pass you customer map here, customer map, and then we're gonna move to the customer map page, and you can see that actually they redirect us on the welcome page. And here, because we don't have a trip which is pending, we have only a completed trip here. And if we head in the customer trip controller, once we want to visit the customer map page, we are adding this function right here in order to get the location destination of the customer. And here we are looking for the trip data where the status is equal to pending. But since we don't have a pending trip, we are going to be redirected on the welcome page. And now I'm going to create here another trip. I'm pass here Santa Maria for the location, and here I'm gonna choose Tesla Model Y for the vehicle. I'm gonna pass here Santa Maria, California, and here we're gonna pass here Montecito like this, and we are going to wait a bit, and then we're gonna create another trip. And here I'm going to run here another command here and pass here php artisan q work here. And also let me pass here and pass here I'm going to start also the reverb server and pass here php artisan reverb here, reverb starts, and then tap enter. And here we are going to wait a bit here. Yeah, everything is okay. Now let me try it again. And here, yeah, let me pass here Montecito. Yeah, I'm gonna pass this. Yeah, you can see we pass here. Yeah, I'm gonna look for it right here. We got right here Montecito, and here, yeah, I'm gonna choose this one. Yeah, let me check here. I'm gonna choose this one, and then I'm click book taxi now. And then we are going to, you can see we got a message, trip created successfully. And here inside the new incognito window, we pass here, we notify here the driver. You can see right here the driver is Alice, and here we notify right here the driver. Now let's head in. Yeah, let's head in right here. You're gonna see right here we have here the driver. Yeah, the driver right here is located at Goleta, California, United States. And here you can see I'm going to add here something like an image here. I'm gonna pass it here. We're going to move inside the customer page, and here I'm gonna pass here an image of the taxi to represent a driver. Let's refresh the page here. Yeah, like this, and then you're gonna see a driver on the map. Yeah, and here I'm gonna reduce the zoom here. And here you can see this is the driver. The driver is located at Goleta, California, United States. Now I'm going to move this marker automatically, which is the driver, to this location right here, to Montecito Park, is where the customer is located. Yeah, we are going to move it to Santa Maria, is where the customer is located. Santa Maria is right here at the top right corner. And now I'm going to copy you. I'm going to move right here to the slide2.js file. And here, this says this here, to this documentation of this plugin, they give us they taught us how to use the leaflet.marker.slide2 plugin. Now you can see here, this is this. We need to do this. We need to have here a marker, and then we're going to pass here marker.slide2. We're going to pass here, we are going to pass there the latitude. Yeah, we're going to pass the latitude. And here, let me check here, latitude and longitude. This is the data that we need to pass here, longitude and latitude. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do this. I'm going to copy something here. Yeah, I'm going to copy this function right here. I'm going to copy this. And then I'm going to put it inside the customer page here at the bottom here. Let me pass it here. And then I'm pass it here. You can see we are going to do this. I'm going to create right here to reactive property. Let me pass it here. The first one, I'm gonna pass you marker. I'm pass you driver marker. And then for the second one here, driver marker. And for the second one, I'm pass you circle driver marker, like this. And then I'm gonna copy the driver marker. I'm going to assign it right here. You can see driver location for customer. Right here we have here the driver marker. That value is equal to this. And also we have the circle right here, the red circle where we put in the driver marker. And here I'm pass you another marker, pass it driver circle. Yeah, let me check the name of the reactive property. I'm pass here cycle driver marker. I'm gonna copy this, and then we are going to pass it here. Yeah, we're gonna pass it here. That value is equal to leaflet.cycle. Now I'm going to copy this. I'm gonna copy here. I'm going to copy the driver marker, and here I'm going to pass it here. Yeah, I'm gonna uncomment this and pass it here. I pass here the driver marker. I'm passing the driver marker, and here the circle driver marker. Yeah, and here you can see we are going to pass here the longitude and latitude here. Yeah, the latitude and longitude here, and then we are going to move the marker. You're gonna see here. Let me first do this. I'm going to head in we are going to head in the database, and then in here I'm going to do this and pass here select star from customer trips. Yeah, we're going to select the data of the pending trip. You can see this is the second trip right here. The data, this trip is pending, and you can see this is the location address. And here we are going to copy the destination longitude and latitude. I'm gonna copy here the destination latitude. I'm gonna copy it. I'm gonna pass it here, and longitude. Let me copy it here and pass it here. This is the destination longitude. I'm gonna copy it, and then I'm going to pass it here. I'm gonna copy this data here. I'm going to pass it to the circle driver marker. We need to move both points at the same time. Now I'm going to head in the browser. Here I'm gonna head in the browser, and then in here I'm going to refresh the page. Here you're gonna see, and here you can see pass the duration 10 seconds. You can see the driver is moving to the location of the customer. You can see the driver is right here. Yeah, I'm going to refresh the page again, and then you're gonna see after 5 seconds, Yeah, after 5 seconds, the driver is gonna start moving. You're gonna see again here. Let me do this. I'm gonna decrease the zoom here, and you can see the driver is moving here, yeah, to the location of the customer. Now we're going to, once the driver reach the location of the customer, we're gonna say the trip is ongoing. Yeah, and here, once the customer reach here, once the driver reach here, we need to move him again to the destination. I'm going to copy here another line here. I'm going to copy that again. Yeah, I have here another function here. I'm going to copy that, and then I'm pass it here. And here I'm going to pass here again. Here I'm gonna pass it driver marker, and here we're gonna pass here the circle driver marker. Now we're gonna pass here. We're gonna say this is gonna be the destination coordinates. And here I'm going to head in my database. I'm going to pass here location here. Yeah, we're going to pass here. Yeah, this is we pass there. This the destination, and yeah, this is the destination here. But here, guys, we should pass here this. This is the location coordinate. Yeah, first of all, the driver needs to move to the location of the current location of the customer. And then once the driver is there, the driver is going to move to the destination of the customer. Yeah, first we are going to do this. First of all, we're going to pass here. These are location coordinates. And we are going to copy also the destination coordinates. I'm going to copy them. We're going to pass it here. Let me pass it here. Yeah, here. And here I'm going to pass here this, pass this here, and here too. And then I'm going to copy this, and here we're going to pass it here. Yeah, right here, like this. And then here you can see we already passed here the destination coordinates. You can see it is the same here. Yeah, let me check. Here we're going to pass it the destination coordinates. I'm going to copy this, and here I'm going to pass it here. And here I'm going to copy this one and pass it here. And here too. Yeah, I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to pass it here. And then we are going to check. Now let's move inside the browser. I'm going to refresh the page here, and then we're going to see what we're going to have right here. And here, let's see again. You can see here, first of all, the driver moved to the location of the customer. And once the driver is there, the driver is going to move now to the destination of the customer. Yeah, you can see. And here we're going to say the trip is completed. Alright guys, in this part, I'm going to fix an error inside the payment table. We're going to fix the error behind this button. We didn't recognize it. And in previous parts, I teach how to use the leaflet.slide2 plugin. We learned how to move a marker from one point to another. Now, after fixing the error inside the payment table, we are going to learn how to detect the nearest driver on the map. Let's say we have two drivers on the map, and we have a driver which is near to the customer, and we are going to move this driver from the destination of the customer, and it's gonna be the driver who's gonna pick the customer. Yeah, we're gonna learn. In fact, we're gonna learn how to detect the nearest driver, and if we found the nearest driver on the map, we are going to move this nearest driver to the customer. This is what we're gonna do. Now let's fix the error first. Now let me show you something. We are going to head in the payment table right here, get into the payment table, and here you can see payments. And in order to populate the payment table, we are hitting this endpoint right here. and we got this data. You can see we pass here the ID. And if we head in right here, I'm going to head in inside the payment store, and then I'm gonna show you something. You can see in here we pass here the payment ID, and this ID right here isn't the payment ID located inside the payment table. You can see we got only one row inside the payment table, and the ID right here is 6. But this ID that we got here in this array is the customer trip ID. Now what I'm going to do, we're going to move inside the payment controller, and in here I'm going to do this and pass you the payment ID. We're gonna do this, pass the payment that ID is payment ID. Yeah, payment ID like this. And then this is the ID that we're gonna pass where we pass ID. And if we head in Postman and tap here enter, we are going to get that ID right here. You can see payment ID is 6. Now I'm going to copy that ID. We're going to head in the payment store, and then we're gonna pass it here like this, and then we're gonna send here the payment ID and the payment ID. This one is a string. And now once we just updated, we just changed the payment status, I'm going to do this. We're going to head in right here inside the payment page, and after that we are going to call a function in order to refresh the page. Yeah, I'm gonna pass it here, and now let's try it again. I'm gonna head in the browser, and in here I'm going to refresh first the page, and then I'm gonna click refund, confirm, and then payment refund successfully. And here you can see payment cancelled. Yeah, now what I'm going to do, I'm gonna change the status, the color here. I'm gonna pass here a danger color. We're gonna head in the components payment table, and in here I'm gonna pass here viv, and now say payment that here we're gonna pass here payment status. Payment status is equal to success. Yeah, success. We are going to pass to success. We are going to show this pan tag. I'm going to copy it, and then I'm pass here else. Yeah, I'm pass here. We're gonna pass here option chaining, and here option chaining, and then we're gonna pass here the else like this, and here we're gonna pass here red. Yeah, for the status, and then pass here 5,000. Yeah, like this. And then we are going to see, I'm not here in the browser, and then you can see right here we have another status, payment cancelled, and we just finished. Now let's move to this point right here, detect the nearest driver on the map. And in here I've already created a function. I'm going to explain you what I've done here. Let's head in here. We have here the map page here. I'm gonna pass here detect here nearest driver.js, and then I'm putting this code in here, guys. You can see we use the Haversine distance formula in order to calculate the distance between 2 points by using the latitude and longitude. And we already use this function inside the customer trip model. You can see we got it right here. Yeah, calculate distance between 2 points. We use this formula at the back end. Now we are going to use it on the front end. And here we have another function right here, get nearest driver. We pass it the clients and drivers. We pass it this object. You can see we're going to pass it the customer. We're gonna pass the customer location. Yeah, location and location latitude, location longitude. And here we're gonna pass it also an array of drivers located on map. Now I'm going to open another new incognito right here. Let me get into the new incognito window here. I'm passing new incognito window. In here I'm going to log in another driver and pass app/login. And here I'm passing driver at gmail.com, and then I'm click next. Pass here the password, and I'm click sign in, and then we're going to have another driver on the map here. Sign in. Yeah, we got another driver right here, and you can see the name is Josh, the road driver. We're gonna move right here. You can see this is, yeah, you can see the status is available. I'm gonna move right here and pass here driver and pass driver map here. Pass driver map. Yeah, driver map like this. And then we're going to move to driver map. Yeah, you can see the actual location of this driver is Bakersfield, California, United States. And you can see the driver is located right here. Yeah, you can see this is the red point right here. The driver is right here. Now, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to head in the customer map here. And in here, we are going to do this. I'm going to pass you customer map here, customer map. And then we're going to see the driver on the map here. Yeah, let's wait a bit. And in here, we are going to see the driver right here on the map. I'm going to refresh the page here. Yeah, let me get into the console. It seems we got an error. We're going to fix it. And here, I'm not heading right here. Yeah, gain error driver is not defined. Yeah, we are going to fix it. And here, I'm going to head in right here, customer map. And here, we're going to fix an error. I'm not comment this. And here, like this. Now, I'm going to refresh the page here again. And then you're going to see two driver on the map. We are going to have two driver. You can see we got two driver on the map. Yeah, you can see we got one driver right here, driver Alice, and in the Bakersfield we got another driver here, Josh. Now let's detect the nearest driver. We are going to head in the customer map page, and in here I'm going to call a function right here. We are going to call the function get. Gonna pass you get. Let me call the function. And here we're gonna pass a get nearest driver. Yeah, this is the function we just imported. And then we're gonna pass it here. And in here, we are going to pass here the customer trip data. And we're gonna pass it the driver location for customer data. And if we head in Postman, you can see this is the type of data. Let me do this first. I'm tap enter. And you're gonna see customer location for driver. And this is the customer location data. And also we are going to pass it the driver location data. And in here, you're going to see we have here two driver on the map here. We got Alice, and here for the second driver is Josh. We are going to use the longitude, latitude data in order to get the nearest one, the nearest driver. Now we're going to head in here, and then I'm going to copy. I'm going to copy the nearest driver variable. I'm going to console. I'm going to pass it here. Yeah, we pass it here. And then we are going to console this. Yeah. Now we're going to head in the browser. And in here, I'm going to refresh the page. I'm going to head in the console. And in here, I'm going to refresh the page. And then we're going to see the nearest driver. And in here, yeah, you can see this is the nearest driver. You can see distance and the user ID and the username. It's Alice. And in here, if we move right here, guys, you're gonna see here that the nearest driver is Alice, really. Let me show you on map here. You can see the driver Josh is right here. It's at the Bakersfield. And here we have here Alice right here. It's Goleta, California, United States. This is the nearest driver. And you can see this is the distance right here. You can see this is the shortest distance. And this is the driver that we're going to move to the customer, to the location of the customer. We are going to move Alice. Now, what we are going to do, I'm going to head in inside the customer map page again. And in here, you can see right here, we're iterating through the driver location for customer, right? And here we just pass here the driver marker, reactive property, and the circle driver marker, reactive property data in order to move the marker. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pass here a condition, if, and here I'm going to copy that object right here, nearest driver. And here I'm going to say this, if the nearest driver, that user ID, like this, is equal. And then here, let me check here to the data. We're going to pass the user ID. And if the nearest driver, that's user ID, is equal to location here, that user ID, yeah, like this. If the driver is the nearest one, we are going to move its marker. And here I'm going to copy this data. I'm gonna copy this data here, and then I'm gonna put it inside the if statement, and else we're gonna pass it here. We're gonna pass it here, but here we are going to remove the driver marker right here. We are not going to give it data. I'm going to remove this one, and then we are going to check. I'm gonna do this. Now I'm going to uncomment this line right here. Now uncomment this. And here I'm going to uncomment this line that we use in order to move the marker. And here, let's head in the browser, and then I'm going to refresh the page again. And then you're gonna see here what we're gonna get here. And here, yeah. And here, let me zoom in. And you can see we are moving Alice right here. You can see that actually it works pretty well. And which is the nearest driver. We can't move the driver who's located so far from the customer. It is impossible. We need to find the nearest driver. And that's what we do. And you can see that actually we are moving the nearest driver to the customer. And here we are going to do this, guys. Once the driver moved to the location of the customer, we're gonna say trip ongoing. Once the driver reached to the destination of the customer, we're gonna say trip completed. And in here, we're gonna head in back here, and you can see when the driver is gonna move to the location, we're gonna say trip started. We're gonna make an HTTP request to the server, and here once the driver reached the destination, here we're gonna say trip completed. Now we're going to head in the customer map page, the customer trip model, and we're gonna add in another status, which is the trip started. Now inside the customer trip, here we have here 4 status, ongoing here, and then I'm gonna pass here another status. We're gonna say started status, and then here we're gonna pass here started. And now we're going to move here. I'm going to move inside the payment table. Yeah, let me move inside the payment table. I'm going to copy something right here. Like, yeah, I'm going to move inside the customer trip. And in here, I'm going to copy a function. I'm going to look right here for updates here. Let me scroll down. I'm going to copy this. And then I'm going to create 2 functions right here. The first one, public function. Yeah, public function, say trip started. Yeah, like this. We are going to eat these endpoints. Yeah, trip started. And then I'm going to pass in this code. And in here, yeah, I'm going to get rid of this and these 2. And here we're going to pass here the user ID. And we're gonna pass here the user ID, yeah, which is the customer. And we're gonna pass here the trip status. Yeah, and here I'm gonna pass you request here like this, and then we're going to pass here the trip status, and here we're gonna pass here the trip and pass it the trip. Yeah, we're gonna pass here the trip status like this, trip status, and then here we are going to pass here the started. We're gonna pass here the started constants. And here I'm gonna head in, here I'm gonna copy the started status. I'm gonna copy it, and then we're gonna pass it here like this, and we are going to return a message here. I'm gonna copy this, and then we're going to return a message here. We're gonna say trip started. Yeah, I'm pass here trip started. Yeah, successfully yeah, we're gonna pass it trip started successfully. Yeah, like this. I'm going to copy this function. I'm gonna duplicate it right here. In here, we're gonna say trip completed. Pass it trip. We're gonna pass it trip completed. Yeah, like this. And then here for the status, we are going to copy this one right here. Completed status. I'm gonna copy it. We are going to pass it here. Yeah, we're gonna pass it here. I'm going to pass it here. And here we're gonna say trip completed successfully. And in here, guys, everything is okay. And I see that we should pass here the ID instead of the trip status here, the ID. Because if we head in Postman, Here you can see that we are getting here the data of the trip. And since we got here the data of the trip, we need to change the status by using the trip ID. And here we're gonna pass here the ID instead of the trip status. Now let's head in the API.php. We are going to define two endpoints right here, trip completed and trip started. And then we are going to get into inside the map store. We're gonna define into function. I'm going to copy these two functions right here. I'm gonna copy them, and then we're gonna pass it here. And here we have trip completed. We're going to eat the trip completed function. We're gonna send the trip ID. Yeah, we're gonna pass here the trip ID, and we are going to, and also we're gonna eat the trip started function. And here I'm going to pass it here, and the trip started function here, and here everything is okay. Now we are going to head in the, we're gonna head in the customer map page here. I'm going to head in right here, pages, admin, map, and here customer page. And then we are going to pass here this function. And in here it's prereq trip started, and pass here map store, and pass here map store that trip started. I call the function. And in here we need to pass it the data. Right, you can see pass here the, I'm going to do this. We have here an object right here, which is customer trip data. I'm going to copy this, and then I'm gonna pass it to the function. And yeah, we got the function here, trip started. We're gonna pass it this, and here I'm going to copy this and pass here a sync, and then here I'm going to pass here a wait, and I'm going to copy that. I'm going to pass it here where we got prereq trip completed, and then here we're gonna pass here trip completed function, and here I'm going to pass here a sync. Yeah, like this. Now we're going to pass the slide to function the customer trip data. And here what I'm going to do, I'm going to move to the tab here, and here I'm going to copy the trip data, that value, that location, latitude and longitude. I'm gonna copy them, and then we're going to pass it to the slide to function. And here we're gonna pass here the location, and I'm gonna pass it here, save a data, trip data, that value, that location, latitude, and we're gonna pass it here. I'm gonna pass it here, and here we're going to move here. We're gonna pass here the destination, latitude, longitude. Pass here destination, yeah, latitude, and here we're gonna pass here destination, longitude, and I'm going to copy them. We're gonna pass it to the second array, and we're gonna pass it here like this. And now here, what I'm going to do, you can see here, once we are going to be redirected on the customer map page, we are going to change the status to the status of the trip to started, and then we're going to change it to completed. Now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to check something. You can see we have here the payment table, and once the customer pay, we are going to register this data inside the payment table. And after that, we are going to be redirected on the customer map page in order to change the status of the trip. Now in here, before we change the status, before we change the trip status to started, I'm going to check if this trip has already been paid. And in here, I'm going to do this. I'm going to pass here a where clause. We're going to pass here where. And here I'm pass here where, and then here I'm pass here trip ID. We got a trip ID inside the payments, and then we're gonna pass it here, and here I'm pass here first. Yeah, I'm pass here first, and then we're going to check if we got the data, and here I'm pass here trip exists, and here, and then I'm pass here if is not null. Yeah, if it's not null, we're gonna pass in the trip exists variable, and then we're going to change the status and pass it here. Yeah, like this. Else we are not going to do anything. And I'm going to copy this, and then I'm gonna pass it here too. Yeah, and else we are going to, we're gonna do this. If we got if this trip exists inside the payment table, it means the trip has already been paid, and we are going to change the status to completed, like this. And now what I'm going to do next, I'm going to move here. We are going to head in the views folder. We're gonna head in the views folder, and here checkout form. And in here, I'm going to add something. I'm gonna add here a parameter to the trip's path here. And here I'm pass here redirect is equal to true. And then here we're going to head in here inside the trip page. Inside the trip page here, I'm going to create a function, and then we're gonna say we're gonna pass here should redirect. Should redirect. And then here I'm passing set timeout function, and here we're going to redirect to the customer map page after 2 seconds. And here I'm going to use the use root composable, const root is equal to use root composable. And then here I'm going to check this if root that query that here redirect, pass a redirect. And then I'm gonna check if the type of this data right here is not undefined. It means redirect exists. It's not undefined. We are going to redirect. We're gonna pass a window that's location that href. We're going to redirect to the app here / we're gonna pass here customer map here automatically after 2 seconds here. And then I'm going to copy the function. I'm going to pass it here. I'm gonna pass it here. Now, before we try this, I'm going to clarify something. I'm going to head in my subject text. Before, when we create a trip, we set the status of the trip to pending. But now we are going to set the status to ongoing. Now, what I'm going to do first here, and here, if we head in right here, I'm going to head inside the trip. You can see in here we have a pending trip. I'm going to change the status to ongoing. And here I'm gonna pass here update, and then here I'm pass here ongoing like this, and then I'm tap enter. And if we refresh right here the page, we have here ongoing. You can see ongoing. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to head inside the map store, and we are going to fetch a trip here where the status is ongoing. You can see in here, if we head in here, I'm going to head in the map folder right here. And customer map, and here we got get customer trip data. And I'm gonna click here, and we are getting here, we have here trip status is equal to pending, and here we're gonna pass here ongoing status. This we're gonna pass there. And then I'm going to move here inside the customer trip controller. We are going to do this. We are going to pass here when we are going to create a trip, we're gonna pass here the status of ongoing. Pass here ongoing, and pass here ongoing here status like this. And here everything is okay. Ongoing status. I'm gonna copy it, and then we are going to pass it here and here too. Right here too, instead of pending status. And here, I'm gonna pass it here like this. And now everything is okay. Now we are going to try this. And now I'm going to head in the browser, and in here I'm going to refresh the page now. And here we're gonna pass here. Let me head in the trip folder right here. Inside the trip folder, and here we have components. And here I'm gonna pass here the status of ongoing. Here we have a pending, pass it ongoing like this. And then I'm going to refresh the page. You can see we got ongoing. Now I'm going to pay the trip. I'm gonna click pay. And then here I'm gonna pass here the car number. And here I'm pass here the expiration date. And I'm pass here the validation code. And then I'm going to pass here a random zip code. And then I'm click pay. And here we are going to wear bits. until the payment finish. And yeah, the payments pass, and then we're going to be redirected on the customer trip page, and you can see ongoing. And now here we are going to move right here on the map here, and here we are going to move the driver, the nearest driver. You can see trip started, and here you can see, yeah, the trip started right here. And then here we are going to move right here. You can see now here the trip completed. Yeah, it works pretty well, guys. And if we move to the my trip right here page, you can see the trip has completed, and here we have here 2 payments. Yeah, this payment succeed right here. I'm going to change the background color right here. You can see the background color is red instead of green, and I'm going to copy succeed. We're gonna pass it here where we got success, and then we're gonna have here a green color. The payment says succeed. Now I'm going to work on the authentication with Google. We are going to use Laravel Socialte. And here, the first things we are going to install Laravel Socialte, copy this command in order to install Laravel Socialte, and then we're going to move to the configuration section. In here, we are going to get inside a config folder, service.php, and then you're going to add in this array. Let me head in the config folder, service.php, you're going to add in this array. Because we're going to use Google, you're not going to use GitHub. If you want to use GitHub, you can add this one. But as we're going to use Google, add it right here. Now, here, I'm going to add this environment variable inside the env file, the Google Client ID, Google Client Secret, and the Google Client callback. And then here, I'm going to head in my env file. And here you can see I've already added, and I pass here my Google Client ID, Google Client Secret, Google Client callback URL. Now, if you want to learn how to get these keys, you're going to follow this video. And the first parts, build and deploy CI/CD pipeline with Docker. And in here, you're going to start from this section right here. Now, let's move on to another task. And in here, we were at the configuration step here. We just finished here. And I'm going to move to the authentication. And in here, we are going to import, first of all, the Laravel Socialte inside the auth controller. You're going to pass it right here. And then we are going to create 2 endpoints. The first one is auth/redirect. We're going to use this in order to be redirected to Google. For the driver, we're going to pass it Google instead of GitHub. And here we have here another endpoint of /callback. We are going to use this endpoint in order to store user data. And now here, I've already created here 2 endpoints. This is the first one. I'm going to head in the web.php file. And here, web.php file, we are going to pass it here. And we're going to pass, I'm going to import the auth controller and pass here auth controller. Yeah, like this. And then we're going to import it. Let's check at the top here. Yeah, we got it here. And here I'm going to create here another function, public function, redirect to Google. You can see, I'm going to copy all of this. And then I'm going to put it inside the auth controller. And here, I'm going to pass it here at the bottom here. Yeah, let me pass it right here. And then you can see we are going to hit this first, redirect to Google. We pass here, the driver is Google. And then once we came back from Google, we are going to hit another endpoint, which is auth/callback. And then we are going to store the user. And also, we're going to make sure we got the Google ID inside the protected fillable attributes. I'm going to copy it. We're going to head in the user model. And then we are going to pass it right here. And here, let me pass it here. And I think we got it inside the migrations. Let me check here. I'm gonna check here. We have here users model. And here we have, yeah, you can see right here, we have a type right here, Google. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. And also we're gonna fix that error inside the database. And in here, we're gonna type here, alter table users drop Google. Yeah, Google like this. And then I'm gonna delete this column, and then I'm gonna add another one. I'm I'm gonna tap here alt table users, and then we're gonna pass the add Google ID like this, and here varchar, and here I'm passing 200 now like this, and then tap enter. Now we're going to get into the login page, and in here I'm gonna pass here a function redirect to Google, and I'm gonna pass it to the bar, and here I'm passing click events. We are going to call the function, and then I'm going to check right here. We're gonna pass here this, pass here this, and then I pass here off redirect, and here let me check here. I'm gonna go back here, and here I'm passing DD, and then I'm passing OK like this. But we are going to, we should redirect to the dashboard, and here I'm passing redirect to dashboard like this, and then you're gonna try this, and here I'm going to pass here, I'm passing here event app, yeah, / login, and I'm gonna click continue with Google, and in here we're going to be redirect to Google, and here you can see redirect to Google. Now let's check inside the users table if we got data, and then I'm passing select star from users, and then I'm going to look here a column. Yeah, I'm gonna look for the latest driver. You can see, and here you can see we got the Google ID right here, and we have here the email. This is my email. Now I'm going to head in the Google Cloud dashboard, and in here I'm going to create another user using Google, and here you can see I have here free testing users. This is I got free testing users, and here I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to open right here Chrome again, and then I'm gonna pick this user right here. And if you want to learn how to create a testing user, you can just follow this video right here, and then you're gonna start from this timeline right here, and then you're gonna learn how to create testing users. Now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to do this and pass here our app here, and then I'm going to click continue with Google. This is another window. You can see this is a different email address than this one right here, yeah, than this one. And here I'm going to head in right here, yeah, you can see, yeah, in this window right here we got also right here redirect to dashboard, and it works right here. And I'm gonna do this and tap login again, and then I'm gonna click continue with Google, and here you're gonna see right here we're gonna get the data. Yeah, you can see redirect to dashboard. Now we are going to generate the token, and to do so here guys, I'm going to redirect here to another endpoint and pass here return redirect, and here we're gonna pass a path store / token, and here we are going to move to the endpoints, and I'm going to head inside the web.php file where we're gonna pass in the token, and in here I'm gonna create an endpoint right here, pass a store to token. We check if the user, we're gonna check here if the user is authenticated, and here I'm passing if, and here I'm going to copy this. I'm gonna put it inside we're gonna put it inside the if statement, and then here I'm going to create the store token page. We are going to get in the views folder, and in here I'm gonna pass this store token .blade.php, and in here I'm gonna copy the token here, the access token. We pass it to the view, and then I'm going to store it inside the local storage, and then here I'm gonna create a page, and here I'm passing script, and here I'm passing this, I'm passing an input here, and I'm passing hidden, and then we got an attribute of token here, token, and now I'm going to pass here an event document that add events listener. I'm gonna select here the token input, and then I pass document that create select a token, do local storage that here that CRM, and then we're gonna pass the token inside the local storage. Now I'm going to go back inside the auth controller, and in here I'm going to do the same thing right here. You can see inside here the login function, when we log in a user, we return the user Yeah, we return right here the user, we return the user data, the driver status, and the token, and it's logged in through. I'm going to copy this. This is the data that we're gonna pass there. And this input is gonna be for the token, and here you're gonna pass here the value. It's gonna be this, and pass here access token like this. And then here I'm going to create another input here. I'm going to create another input for the driver status. I'm gonna copy this and pass it here, and here we're gonna pass it driver status for the token already. And for the user, I'm gonna copy the user. We're gonna pass it here, and here I'm gonna pass the user like this. And for is logged in. Yeah, I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna copy this and pass it here. Let me pass here is logged in. And then we're gonna pass it here. Now I'm going to pass this data inside the local storage. I'm gonna create here another input, yeah, like this. And here I'm going to pass here JSON that's stringify, and we're gonna pass in the token, and we're gonna pass a token that value, yeah, like this. And also we are going to pass here JSON parse, because the user right here, we got right here a string. Now we are going to do this in order to get access to the data. I'm going to pass here JSON parse like this, and then we're gonna pass here user.value like this, and then we're gonna try it again. Now guys, we're going to head in the browser, and then we're gonna try this. I'm gonna click continue with Google, and then here we are going to wait a bit. And here we are going to be redirected to Google, and then we are going to get the token. And yeah, you can see that actually we are logged in, and you can see the name is iJambo, and iJambo email, and the role customer, the profile, and here everything is working pretty well. And yeah, that's pretty much it guys for this tutorial. I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.